Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. Oh, it'll be all over in the morning. Oh, ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. Oh Lord, it'll be all over in the morning. Hey, ain't only what the night is gonna bring. Oh, yeah, yeah, it'll be all over in. Yes, it will, yes, it will. Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. Yeah, it'll be all over in the morning. Yeah, in the morning. It'll be all over in the morning. Yeah, in the
It'll be
It'll be all over in. Yes, it'll be. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to another conversation of another episode of Conversation Unlocked and Unfiltered. I am your host, Ebony, and this is my co-host.
Misha.
Welcome back, my sister. Um, this is our first podcast. We got on pink. So this is our first podcast since October. And so we're gonna represent breast cancer awareness. So I'm just gonna let y'all know right now, my first this podcast is gonna be dedicated to my auntie Trellis, who I love dearly. I miss her so much. So to my cousin, if you're watching, which I know you are, I'm dedicating this podcast to your mama, to auntie,
And
in
my
memory of
auntie
her.
too.
Yes, yep. So
My
um
auntie's Tia V.
okay, baby. So, and we're gonna do this throughout the month. So Tuesdays and Saturdays we will dedicate one of our shows to someone. So if you would like to dedicate one of our shows, just go ahead and text us or message us and in the chats, and we will give them one of our days. And again, to anybody who's battling breast cancer or any illness for that matter, um let us go into prayer. You want to pray, sister? Can you pray this morning?
Sure.
Go ahead.
God, I thank you for today. I thank you for life, health, and strength. I thank you for those that are still fighting the fight of breast cancer. God, continue to bless the families who has lost loved ones due to breast cancer. Continue to heal their minds, their spirits from the loss. God, I thank you for this podcast. Let it touch somebody's soul. I want everybody to continue to share, continue to talk back to us, um, and let this podcast grow and let it be very helpful to your community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. So, welcome back, sister. How do you feel?
I'm okay. I'm a little sore today, but I'm all right. Back hurt. So if y'all see me moving, I got my pillow, but that's what it is.
Well, I'm glad to have you back. Hopefully everything went okay with your friend. We definitely kept you guys in prayer. Um, and just making sure that you were in good spirits, making sure that she's okay. So we just pray for that situation. We pray for whatever it is that's going on over there. But it's glad to have you back. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it because we're gonna cut our podcast off
Shout
real
out to
early.
Kayla if you watching. Thanks for filling in, girl.
Oh yeah! Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to Kayla. Listen, she did it. She did it, girl. That podcast, it was good. It was amazing. And she is a natural. I had a conversation with her this morning. She couldn't unfortunately come do part two, but she will definitely be in the chats. But thank you so much, Kayla, for filling in and being our co-host, not just a guest, being a co-host. And it was just natural. But that I went and rewatched it the other day, and I was like, oh, we said
Yes, and
that,
I'm on
we
your
did that.
side, Kayla, because this Ebony over here with these, what she said, rainbows and sprinkles. Like, what? Like,
Oh, hey. So good morning,
good
um
morning.
DH. Yes, so we can't really see you. I just clicked it so I can see the comments. So I apologize. Good morning. He said good evening. So we want to send a shout out to Darrell Holloman. Oh my God, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Oh my God, is that Darrell from the New Cavaliers? Like, what? Hi, Darrell. Good morning. Like, it's not evening, it's morning. Good morning, Darrell. Daryl, not Darrell, Daryl.
There you go. And so really quick before we get into it, something good coming up. Darrell is it on here? We are going to the awards ceremony tonight, where Darrell Holloman and the New Cavaliers were nominated for Quartet Group of the Year. So hopefully, we can walk away with a prize, a trophy. Um, if not, we still are grateful for everybody that voted, everybody that supports. Continue to support Darrell Holloman and New Cavaliers. But we will be in the building tonight at River Hills Church of God. The address is 6310 East Slide Avenue, Tampa, Florida. The tickets are $20 in advance. Well, I don't think you can do it in advance anymore, but it's $25 at the door. The doors open at 5:30 and the ceremony starts at 5:55. And big shout out to my brother Gerard Holmes. He is the founder CEO. Listen, this award show is just like you being at the Academy Awards or whatever. He does his thing. Big shout out to everybody that helps him with this award show. This is a production. They go all out. So we want to just send you positive vibes and nothing but love today, Gerard. As you prepare, I know they started on Thursday, so I know he's probably exhausted. They having a something this morning, then he has to turn around and be back there tonight. So I know you're exhausted, but we just pray that God just continues to keep you and just push on through. It's almost you almost at the finish line, but for everything that you've done so far, we're proud of you. So thank you, and also thank you for considering the New Cavaliers in your nominations when you guys were talking about the categories. So we appreciate that. So that's where the Cavaliers will be this evening. So also we want everybody to do this. You guys are watching the podcast, go like and follow the page. We have a page now. Conversations Unlocking Unfiltered, the podcast. And we will be posting our podcast, which is what I'm doing now. We're sharing our podcast in on that platform. We also you can find conversations. We will start posting conversations. We're going to post our flyers so you can get a hold of some of our previous guests, the real estate agent, the therapist, the financial advisor, um, the person for our legacy land. If you guys need help with your property and stuff, we have all of these people. All of the flyers will be posted with their contact information. Please, please, please go and like it now. On last Saturday, we had Tanya Burney with our financial literacy, and we were talking about financial literacy, but we were talking about our young athletes. I know this is our last Saturday flyer. She's going to continue to do her financial literacy Saturdays. It'll be once a month. Um, there's a survey. I'm going to put the survey in our chat. I'm going to pin it. There's a survey. Please go and fill out the survey so she knows how to help you. Again, what she's doing out of the kindness of her heart. So fill out the survey. It don't take you 2 seconds to fill it out. Just fill it out really quick and just support her in her efforts as she's helping with the community. So with that being said, let us get into it. So, sis, you missed, let me get this off of here. You missed our
I did.
conversation. He said he almost called us bald head.
I saw him, but I wasn't finna respond to that.
Yeah,
No,
we're not doing that. So you missed the
I got
conversation.
hair, honey.
Um, and I got plenty of hair. We were talking about. You said you're on her side when we were talking about the cupcake and sprinkles. Explain your what you were talking about. Then we'll go on to part two of our conversation because we have a lot to get through. This conversation is going to be it's gonna be one for the book. So, like I said, everybody just take it in love. We're gonna feel how we feel. We're gonna say what we gotta say. If the shoe fit, wear it. If you don't like what we say, feel free to keep scrolling, but we prefer you not to. Share the post, like the post, share the podcast. But again, like I said, it is it's what it is what it is. So there's nothing off limits here. So we'll begin with that. But go ahead, my sister.
No, but
Elaborate.
I am. I don't like the crime and the violence, and I do feel that people shouldn't just be able to um just carry it around. However, I'm with Kayla. It is what it is. So we gonna have to get in where we fit in. And yeah, I have my license, but I haven't purchased, all because of my attitude and it's responsibilities that come with that. After taking the class, learning how you can go from self-defense to convicted murder. um and I know my attitude, it will start off as self-defense, but maybe it will start off as self-defense, but it will probably go to me being convicted. So I am holding off, but I am with Kayla. Like, we need to learn, we need to teach our kids um the rules and regulations to having one, not just, oh, you have one for protection. But the biggest thing is, that I've learned was, yes, you can defend yourself, but if, in class they tell you to, you shoot to kill, not shoot to hurt. That's their one defense. You shoot to kill. So that one shot is supposed to get them. When you go, if they down and you keep shooting, that's where you've crossed the line from self-defense to you can possibly be convicted. um so learning the laws, and also learning how to properly use one. So that's my next step. I got my license because I just felt like that was a loophole. Y'all just letting people just, like, something ain't right about that. They gonna find something. So I went ahead and got my license, and now I'm gonna work on actually learning how to properly use one and all the laws that I need to know about actually carrying it. So
Alrighty. And like I said, I did even after that we had a conversation. And it opened my eyes to I wasn't thinking on along the lines of the potential dangers that I'm causing myself by even having my protection, but not being able to access it, but not even having those conversations with my children or preparing them for the what if. So it opened my eyes so I can see both sides. Now I'm saying right now, I am so nonviolent. I'm Martin Luther
yeah.
King, non-violence, not violence, not violent.
Right.
But If it need to be that, then okay, I understand and
Yeah.
I get it. And so now it's me, okay, how do I prepare my children, my daughter, my sons for the what happens if? So, like I said, I can see both sides. So now,
Right.
okay, I'll be a little bit more lenient when it comes to even having that conversation or even thinking about it. But I am still about reform, especially when it comes to our teens. Like I said, it's just so much senseless gun violence with our youth and our young people, and that right there is like my fuel. Like it just, I need that to be a focus with everybody. Like, how do we corral our kids? Because again, like they just, my fear is now everybody can do it. Okay, you bumped into me, so I feel some type of way. You said this to me, or not even thinking that they said that to him, or you cut me off on the interstate. So pow, pow, pow. Like, come on. That's the craziest thing. Matter of fact, we just had that. I think it was in Brandon. Road rage because somebody cut them off. Come on, man. Y'all in the parking lot really shooting. That's insane. So it's, to me, that's the fear behind it. You allow this, but where are the rules and regulations? I'm just I need to know. So and D- Sutherland said, training, training, training before purchase. That is absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Training. So I get it. So okay, so now moving forward, did you have anything else you want to talk about that we're gonna recap? Because you missed it. If not, then we're gonna go into our part two.
Um, I don't know. Go into part two if I think about something.
Okay, so part two, you want to explain the part two about, or you want me to just ask the question first and then you want to explain part two?
Yeah.
Okay, so our part two was how um how long is too long to be in a relationship without engagement, to without being engaged or without the engagement. And then there's a part A and a part B to that. So how long, if you're just in a relationship and you've been in this relationship for 12, 13, 14 years, 10 years, 5 years, and you have not been engaged, how long is too long to sit in that? And then on the off side, so we're gonna do part A and part B. Part B is if you are engaged, but you've been engaged for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, how long is it to sit in that even though y'all engaged? So how long is too long on both sides? So let's take A first, and then you explain why we got question A. You ain't gotta use no name, just do a scenario, just do the scenario.
Um. Well, how can I say it? So, um, thinking how to start this off. I've asked this question to people several times, like, to men. And you get men that say they know. When they find them, they know. So to me, if you find a woman, if a man gets with a woman, like he knows that by their own mission, they know. So if you know this is the woman um for you, I don't think 10 years is too long. Like y'all just together for 10 years. You know how much stuff can be I mean, if y'all living like that anyway, like what's the difference in signing the paper? So if y'all done been together for 10 years, I don't, to me that's just too long to be a boyfriend and girlfriend. And I think after a certain age too, like you shouldn't be still saying that's my boyfriend. Like I don't know, it just sound weird to me. Um but yeah, definitely 10 years. I feel like you're between year 4 and 5. And that's even put like that's the top. 4 and 5 is like the max. 4 to 5 years after that, y'all need to be, even if it's just going to the courthouse, getting married in the backyard, something to the lines of making it official. Um, yeah.
Wait,
But
so 4 to 5 years to be engaged or be in a relationship
no,
before
to
you get
be in a
engaged?
relationship before they propose, that's like the top. I really think in like 2.5, 3 years, especially if y'all living together. Oh, that was the other thing.
Well, we'll move on to that. Just stay
Okay,
right there. Go
so
ahead.
yeah, so I would say if y'all living together, 2 to 3 years, you should know. 4 to 5 is like the max. If y'all ain't getting married or not even thinking about it, like in 4 to 5 years, then what's the point? Like, what are y'all? I mean, I know some people like, why fix it if it ain't broken? But why would it break if you get married? Like, I never understood that. Like, the, I mean, I've never been married, but I don't understand how things change over a piece of paper. If y'all buying houses or if y'all renting houses, y'all spending, putting got bank accounts together, y'all putting y'all money together, buying groceries, doing all the things that married people do, sleeping together, all y'all doing everything, y'all just don't have a piece of paper. So how is it going to a courthouse and signing a piece of paper makes the whole thing, the whole dynamic of what y'all have change? I've never understood it. Maybe I will never understand it if I don't get married. I don't know, but I just don't understand. Like, if we love each other and we doing this, we just went to the courthouse. So if anything ever was to happen to the other one, we can make sure the other person's straight. We not left out of building something. So you building something for it to be really technically nothing, especially in by law, by the state laws. So that's
Okay.
part. That's a.
Okay, hold on. So this is my thing. So this is where I'm at with it, and because everybody masks fall off when they get married, and you can't hide all your shortcomings anymore. Um, I'm telling you right now, I ain't finna be 10 years engaged to nobody. I ain't finna be
But we
five
ain't
years.
talking about gauge. We talk. You went to part B already. You
No,
supposed to
you
be
just
still on
said
A.
being. You said being in a
In a
relationship.
relationship, not the engaged. We didn't get to B. You told me to stay
Okay,
on A
so well,
first.
I ain't finna be 10 years in a relationship and I'm not engaged. First of all, I'm not finna be 3 years in a relationship and I'm not engaged because I'm trying to figure out what you trying to find. Like, what are you trying to figure out?
And Kayla, okay, and I'm a. This is my thing with that part. I ain't gonna. I get the mass part, but I feel like you will never, because this is one thing that I was told. Oh well, I'm just trying, to get to know you. You will never ever, in my mind, this is my opinion. You will never ever fully know somebody ever, because the more you grow, you're going to change. The more life happens, you're going to change. In I'm gonna even say, so my last relationship, I knew my dad was sick. I specifically said to this person, um, please forgive me now, because I don't know how I'm gonna be if something happens to my dad. Like, I don't know what type, if I'm gonna still be, the bubbly person I am. I don't know if I'm gonna turn into like this, monster. Like, I don't know who I'm gonna be. So forgive me now, because I may not be this same person that you met and that um that you liked enough to even want to be with, because I knew my relationship with my dad and I knew what it would do. So to me, in my mind, y'all get together, you get together with somebody, just say for instance, y'all high school sweethearts. In high school, you think one way, you got both your parents, life is good. Y'all go off to college, you still got probably both of your parents, they getting a little sick now, and you may have to take care of your mom, and their parents is off, fine and dandy. So now her attitude is going to change because she's exhausted now, because now she's worried about her parents. She's thinking about, now she got to do all this stuff, to kind of prepare for this new life, getting out of college or whatever the case may be. I'm just using that as an example. And then so now she's a different person, plus she's older, so she sees life differently. Now when the parents die, that's another stage of life, if y'all make it to that. That's another stage of life. Now I lost, my parent. Like what, that's my parent. And this is not for everybody, but I feel like you'll never know a person because I don't think people know themselves that well. You know yourself to a certain, but you never know what you would do if you were in a situation. We can say what we are willing to do, just like how you say people walking around in the Walmart with a gun. I can sit here and say that, oh yeah, they walking around and I'll go hide behind the fruit and I'm gonna come up behind them and I got this whole little plan. But in the midst of it, like your brain like does other things. So I feel like people really never know a person fully. You will never know them. Like they should continue to grow for the better, but then life is gonna bring situations that we just don't know how we gonna respond to them. We think we know, and we have a plan, but we don't necessarily know.
So what are we saying? Are we saying, okay, so we on the, if I'm in a relationship and it's like we've been in a relationship for like 2 or 3 years. You love me, I love you, but yet you have not decided whether you want to marry me or wife me. Um, if that makes sense. And so now we 6, 7 years, and you still have not decided if I want to, if you want to wife me or marry me. And I'm like, is that's okay because people change?
No, I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm saying that's a man used that line for me, like, oh well, I'm still trying to figure, but you will never know me. That's what I'm telling him. So like, okay, you either know that I'm the person that, I can see myself even when the bad stuff. You should know this at a certain point, and I don't think it's no 6 and 7 years that it takes you to learn, regardless if she in a good mood, she in a bad mood. Because in 2 years, 2 to 3 years, you done most likely seen the happy side, the loving side, the B side of her, the depressed side. You done seen like basically how you got the 4 seasons. You should have seen all of her, most of her
Emotions, the
emotions by then.
emotions.
So you should be able to know, okay, yeah, for me, I'm one of those, I'm an overthinker. So I'm gonna think some of the craziest stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's, this by now. So you know that, okay, yeah, she gonna think some crazy stuff, but that don't make me not love her. It shouldn't take you 6 years to know that. You never gonna know like me completely. Like I'm never gonna know somebody completely because again, we're going to grow. Um, but you should know enough to know like, yeah, I see I can go through this life with her regardless of what's going on. And I don't think that should take you 6 years to find out. I don't think
What's
it
your
should take.
cutoff?
My cutoff would probably be if we haven't talked about it in 3 years. Okay, it's gonna be a conversation. Like if we done been together for like 2.5, 3 years, it's gonna be, and for me, it's probably sooner than that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, my thing is from the beginning. Like, what's your thing? Cause I want to be married. What's your goal in out of all of this? Because my goal is to be married. So 3 years, if we ain't talking, and working, like just say for instance, okay, I'm like, I done said that, and you said, yeah, that's my goal too. So we, 3 years done hit, we done been together. And if we're living together, you know how I live, you know my moods, you know everything. If we done got together after a year and we done live together, whatever the case may be, um, you know me. So now we're gonna talk about this. Now, if it's a fact of, okay, well, give me a year to save money to get the rings or whatever. Okay, so we in year 3. So by year 5, 4 or 5, I need a ring. If year 4 or 5, I ain't no ring, now we finna be discussing like what is it? Because at this point, what are we working towards? I told you what I wanted, and this is what I want. Are you gonna be able to give it to me? Are you not?
So Kayla said, I disagree. You choose how you want to be. Nobody controls that but you. Regardless of the circumstance, you control how you want to respond. Um, lest you can agree that you are the person that has no self control no control over self.
I don't. I mean, I have control over myself, but okay, for instance, like this is my thing. When my dad passed away, in my mind, I had already like, okay, my parents are older. They were 30 and 31 when they had me. So all my life I grew up, I knew I was going to grow up with old parents. Like I would probably have to, like I'm going to be kind of younger and my parents going to be old. So I've already like planned like, yeah, I would have to be the one to, bury my parents, I had already had that plan, and I had visions like even like the way I buried my dad, what I buried him in, I visioned that already. So in my mind, I'm thinking I would have it all together. Like, okay, I've already prepared myself for this. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I'll be good. But I still told that person, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna be good, but I really don't know. When that time came, I thought I was good, but I really wasn't. And it wasn't like I was just doing dumb crap, but it was like I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, my moods, changed, and I tried to control them. Like I tried to stay happy, but it was hard to be happy in that moment. So I wasn't the same Misha that they originally met, the bubbly person, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't that bubbly person that I was when they originally met. Yeah, it's grieving, but like still with different aspects, stuff happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like it's a major thing, like you can't self-control, but you just don't know what emotion you're gonna be in. So that's why I feel like the comment that he made to me, like, oh well, I'm trying to know who you are, fully know you. You're never gonna fully know me because I don't know myself. That's how I look at it. Um, so it's just, huh? You talking?
Yes, yeah, my bad. I
Oh,
was on mute. So this is what, because I got something to say about the thing was to you. Oh, I'm really trying to know you. This is what I'm gonna say, and this is to anybody. I don't care how you feel. Let's talk about it. The I'm trying to know you, homeboy. I'll start to say the N word, but I gotta control myself. If you don't know me after being with me for a year or two, or let's just go into the three, what more do you want? Because again,
right,
we had a matter of fact on the drive. Remember, we on the drive. We said when you're dating somebody, it's basically you're auditioning your life mate, right? How long does the audition take? It's just like you. You don't want nobody, you don't want to audition for nobody for like 4 or 5 years. So why
right.
would you put somebody else through that? That's an excuse. That's just you putting off your little insecurities and your flaws and your laziness off on somebody else. Or you and the crazy part is when Kayla said people put on that mask, you do just enough to try to convince somebody that you're this person. And then now when crap hits the fan and it gets real, now you, oh, I got this issue, or I want to find out this, and I gotta get myself situated here. Let me tell you something, and I ain't even feel like I don't give a crap if you propose to me with a dang on bubblegum ring. It could be a ring for Walmart. You ain't even got to propose to me with no ring. We can get married with no ring. If you we in that space and you want to marry me and that's where we at, then we going to get married. No ifs, ands, no buts about it. We ain't got to have no big church wedding. We can go to the courthouse. We can get married after church, pull the priest to the side. There is no excuse. People are using so many excuses these days for why we're not doing anything. But in reality, it is you putting off what you're trying to mask. Like you say, it's the mask. Because in reality, what you want to say is, I really don't want to marry you, but I love you. But I don't. And matter of fact, let's go a step further. I love you. I love the thought of you. I love you enough. I'm not in love with you, but I love you. So I'm gonna act like I love you, but in reality, I really just love the thought of you. I love the fact that we're together. I love that you are secure. You provide me with that foundation, everything that I need. But over here in my mind, I'm still on the fence. And so my thing is, if you're behind still on the fence over here in my mind, pack your little what the girl said, pack your little duffel bag and go on about your business. Because at the end of the day, why would you continue to string somebody along for 5 or 6 years or 10 years, and you know for a fact you have no intentions on marrying that person? In reality, if you string somebody along that much and you don't know whether that's your wife and that's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, that's the person you want to protect and honor and build that foundation and support, then on. Move on. Because at the end of the day, you just wasting your time and hers. Well, in reality, you probably not wasting your time because you benefit more than she is. You just wasting time or buying time. I call it buying time. So that's my thing. My mama used to say, a person knows, a man knows immediately when they meet you, they know whether you are the person for them, especially in dating. It don't take them no 5 or 6 years to know whether they want to marry you. That's not even the case. I ain't a man. If we got any men on here, y'all feel free to comment. But a man does not take 5 or 6 years to decide whether you are his wife and whether he want to wife you. Because if you are the person that he wants to wife, he gonna snatch you up before somebody else do. Let's just be clear. Get you
I
off the
mean,
market. But that's my thing. So that 4 or 5, I don't know. She said they love what you provide for the and that's
Kayla,
the case a lot of times. That's the case. So then now let's go
I'm
on the
staying out
offside
of
of
this
it.
conversation.
Let's
Cause
go on the outside of it. So now, okay, y'all in a relationship, and y'all ain't engaged. Let's say y'all in a relationship and he proposed to you because that's something that you wanted. You didn't wait. We didn't wait. We allowed him to do it. We didn't wait. So we want to be engaged. So he proposed to you out of desperation to us, right? But now it's 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20 years and y'all still ain't married, but you got a ring on your finger. What does that mean?
y'all still dating. Technically, I'm your
What what
fiance,
what
but
what's the purpose of the ring? You still That's still your
it's like they
boyfriend.
could have just gave me a promise. I guess
Don't even give me no
that's what
promise
it is.
ring. No,
It's a promise ring. I
don't give me.
promise to
I don't even want
promise
a
to
promise ring.
marry you one day.
What is the purpose of being
I
engaged to
don't know.
somebody that long? That I need answers. I mean, I'm just
I don't
saying.
have that answer. I don't know why. Now I'm gonna say this. This is just one thing
In
that just
terms of the
popped in
women
my.
that ain't playing the wedding. No, if trust me, the day
But
you put
this
that
is
ring on that finger, that woman is already playing that wedding.
no.
Let's
She
let's
been
be
playing.
clear.
We planned our weddings when we were little girls. Trust and believe.
Exactly.
They may change a little bit over time, but for the most part, as a little girl, we know. Now, this is what I can say. Only reason I could say that maybe y'all stay engaged for a long time is because she wants a certain wedding. You have people that, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I wanted this big elaborate wedding. Um, and the wedding that I wanted, I knew it was gonna cost some money. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, that's the only reason I can see being engaged for a long period of time, because you want what you want as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all gonna save y'all money to get that perfect wedding. The older I got, and once my dad passed away, it was like I don't even care about nobody being there. Like, child, we can get married in the bed, laying down, half sleep, for all I care at this point. Like, I don't. It's not that big of a deal anymore. Um, so that's. I'm not saying that's a good, but that's the only reason. If that's something y'all talked about, and she was like, just say she want 20,000, a $20,000 ice sculpture. So she gonna save y'all, gonna save y'all money till y'all get the 20,000. That's the only thing that I could see that engagement gonna last a long time, is because y'all really just y'all want to do this one little piece irritate. Y'all want to one and done. You know, most people will just go ahead and get married and then have the ceremonies years later. You know, so I mean that's cool too. But if you want it the way you want it, then yeah. But if he proposed and now y'all, he still ain't trying to be like, okay, well, when we gonna set a date, or you set a date, and he was like, nah, that's too soon. Then yeah,
You know what? first of all, T, and that's the issue for me too, because the wedding is not just for the woman. The wedding is for the man too, because again, this is his. I've been seeing people when you find. I've learned this too. We women don't find husbands. Husbands find wives. So when you find your wife, right, that's the person that you want to present to the world. So the wedding is not just for the woman, it's for the man too. You want, like, you might not want a part of such and such, but you want to see your wife walking down the aisle. You want to have that party and celebrate y'all love and show her off and kiss her and tell before God, let everybody know that I'm T Mill, you finna get into it. I'm telling you right now. But you want to be able to do that. So that's a man. If a
So what if
man
he don't
really,
want that though? What
then
if
he
he
don't want
don't?
to be married.
But why do? But okay, you can't say that because maybe you want the big
No, I'm not saying it has to be elaborate. I'm saying
but
the
I'm
the
saying maybe
wedding
he
is
don't
just
care
not
about
just for the
maybe.
woman.
No, I'm not saying it's just for the woman.
No,
Let's
that's
stop.
what he just
Wait.
said.
Hold on. First of all, this is what we a lot of people get confused. A wedding and a ceremony are two different things. So the ceremony may be for the woman, the marriage, the wedding that you're wedding together, because they are different. The wedding is not where you go buy a building.
No,
That's
you
not a
said it
wedding.
right the
That's a
first time.
ceremony.
The marriage is the thing. The wedding is the ceremony.
No,
The
the wedding
marriage.
is not the ceremony.
The
The
okay.
ceremony is the ceremony. The marriage. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But every man don't care about having a ceremony. That's a really a woman's thing. So that's why when people say the wedding, that's why they say it's for the woman because a man could go to the courthouse and he'll be fine, or he could just have people come. Because my daddy done married a bunch of people in our living room, and that man was so happy. Wasn't nobody around but me, my mom, and my daddy, and these two people. That was it in the house, and they was happy. So the ceremony that this she walking down the aisle, he probably don't care if you walk down the aisle. So if he doesn't care, that's another. So that could be another issue. If he don't care about having this big old wedding ceremony, whatever you want, if he don't care about this, but we want it, so now it's on us, or he got to save his money to have this elaborate to give us what we want.
So
So
go ahead.
if
I'm gonna let
or
you finish.
so he can just go to the courthouse, and if that's another thing, if he really wants to be married that bad, babe, listen, I don't care about that ceremony, I don't care about going and having all these people, let's go to the courthouse. Now if he proposes to you and then he's the one stalling, then that's when we have a question.
Okay, so we finna go biblical, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you and him. So in biblically, the man is the leader, and the woman is supposed to follow the man as he followed Christ, right? So put the ceremony aside. You want this big elaborate ceremony that I can't afford, but I'm your man. So I'm as the man gonna say, this is what we're gonna do. I understand. But we need to be married because that's only right before God, right? That's what a man would do, not a boy. That's what a man would do, but also a man that is following Christ. So let's just go there. Now, T, the reason why the father was responsible, and we going biblical, because the woman does not leave her father until the man comes and gets her from her father. Then she goes into them. They become one. It's just like the man leaves his wife and in his mother, and he cleaves to his wife. You are supposed to go get your wife and take her from her father's home, and that's where everything is twisted at now. It just, you just do what you do or whatever. That's where that comes from. So the man was giving his daughter, or he's supposed to give his daughter to that man. In reality,
So listen,
you
hold
shouldn't
on.
even go to just marry somebody without going to the parents. But again, like you say, this is the way of the world. This is we in 2025. And that's what we do. But the reason why the father was responsible, because he was giving his wife to that person. But you also got to understand too,
His
he might have
daughter.
been responsible, but his he might have been responsible, but his daughter, he got something for his daughter too. There was some kind of something. Because I want your daughter,
But
I'm going to give you some land. I'm going to give you some this. I'm going to give you some that. And that's where that came from. Let's
but
just
li-
go there.
but wait, if you think about it, it don't make sense. that the woman's parents paying for the wedding, I feel like that is something that we as a country did. That's, I don't think that is even biblical, because if I'm giving you something,
No, no,
you
I
need
didn't
to
say
pay
paying
me.
for. I didn't say
You
pay for. See, that's why I said we got out into this. He said there was responsible for giving. So even in biblical, what the father would do, they would go get married. It wasn't no big elaborate wedding. They would have whatever. They would have um the feast. They would get married, have a feast, and that was it. It wasn't no big this and that. It
No,
wasn't
no,
really
but that's
paid
what I'm
for.
saying. But the woman's family shouldn't pay for the feast. If I'm giving you my daughter, you need to pay me for her.
But
You
that's
need to
not what
pay.
happened. But no,
But
go back to the Bible. That's not what happened.
that's what I'm saying.
That's not what they did.
But they, who had the feast? Who paid for the feast? The people that came to get the daughter.
No,
That don't make, so why would I pay you to take my daughter? That's
it's
give
not
like,
paying you. You're celebrating your daughter now becoming a
but
woman
that's
because
how. But
uh,
celebration,
what was it?
celebrate. You
They
paying for a
also had laws where a
celebration.
woman couldn't get married at a
But
certain
you still
age.
paying for a celebration. So how you want to call it celebrating, or you want to call it paying for it? You paying for this celebration to get rid of your daughter.
Yeah, well,
And I'm gonna tell you that's in our religion, because in other religions the parents don't handle it. In a lot of religions, that man pays for that woman. He shows her by giving her gifts. This is what I want. He has to come up with the money to marriage. That's in our Christian, I guess. Cause I ain't gonna even get into that because I really don't know. I just go by what I was hearing. I never really paid. But if you think about it, if the father, so just say I'm getting married, my daddy gotta pay for the wedding. So he paying for this man to take me off his hands because he got to pay for it. When in reality, if I'm such this prize, this man needs to pay my daddy. He needs to give my daddy ox to, hey, I want to give him whatever. I want to give him bread. I want to give you to get your daughter, to have your daughter's hand in marriage. That would make more sense.
so go back into Africa. So they're on the show. What was this? I think it was the Family Feud, and they were the African people, and
But women
they had
raised in
um
a wedding.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a period. You had a wedding, whether it was small, whether it's big. Like you say, society has made things bigger than what it was. In back in those days, a man said, "I want you." A week later, y'all was married. It is what it is. Like, or if you were underage, they had to wait till you became of age, and then because I forgot what the age was, they
Mm-hmm.
had to wait till you became of age, and then you could go into their house. Same. Mary and Joseph, same thing. Joseph wanted her. She had to wait until she became age. She couldn't just go into his home just because he said that he wanted her. That was the thing where I say, remember I said, oh, women used to be betrothed to people. They would say, I want your daughter. I want to marry your daughter. But like it came to, you had to show me that you wanted her. You had to give me this. You had to give me that. You had to prove to me that you could take care of her or whatever. It's like a trade off, which is what they did. But I'm going to the dude in Africa. I forgot where they were from. So he was explaining to Steve that if you want to marry my sister, you would, as a father, bring your son and your brothers and come sit with my dad and his brothers, and y'all would work out some kind of arrangement. Then you would have to give my dad such and such, whatever my dad was asking for. You would have to come up with whatever bounty or whatever they want to call it to marry my sister. The dad still was going to pay for the wedding, but you had to show them this. And then I know, like, even too, when I watch some, because you see Africans get married all the time, they have these ceremonies where the father still pay for the ceremony, but at the reception, the husband is presenting his wife with lavish gifts. He give her money. He give her, like, they had this thing where the husband was giving the lady, like, he had to give her money up until she started smiling, like she had to keep a straight face, which I didn't understand that either. But that's what they do in societies. But the father's still responsible for the wedding, regardless of however lavish it was. But a lot of times, like I said, we as a society has had become to, our wedding got to be the wedding of the century, even though you know you can't afford it. But this is what, because I need to prove something to people. So that's just crazy by itself. But just saying that, it's the, at the end of the day, if I'm if we together and we've been together like 5 or 6 years, and at this point, if we not married, then I think both of us just need to go on about our separate ways, because what are we accomplishing here? Just being boyfriend and girlfriend. There's nothing being accomplished. You don't live here. I don't live with you. We not doing that. We not one. What are we gaining? That's just where I am with it. And again, like I said, don't put no ring on my finger and think I'm gonna stay with you for 10 years either, because I'm not doing that either. Because you put a ring on my finger, and like I said, whether we go have the wedding or not, everybody should come together. If you want this big wedding, let's get it together. But I don't see it taking you 10 years. If you take you 10 years, what kind of marriage do y'all have? And the crazy part is, what happens in 10 years? People change in 2 or 3 years. What happens in 10 years? Now people dying. Now people doing this. What he said, he telling his brother go to the courthouse. You know what? um,
For real.
People die. People aren't here anymore. People change, attitudes change, relationships change. So again, y'all been together all this long time. You might as well get married. If y'all been together 10, 15 years, y'all been together a decade. Come on. Make that make sense. I'm just saying. That's just my little rant. That's me. I'm just saying. I don't see being in a relationship and you haven't decided you want to marry me, especially 10 to 20 years. And so um like, even so, we was talking about this one particular person who said she got a baby daddy, right? So I said there was a baby daddy involved, and I think it was 12 years, and some kids went by, and y'all still ain't living together, but y'all been in a relationship. He lived with his mama, and y'all been in a relationship. He ain't proposed to you, and y'all in a relationship. That's your man though, and you ain't he ain't trying to propose to you, and y'all been in a relationship for 12
Yeah.
years.
Well, off and on, but yeah, still.
Make that make sense to me. I'll wait 12 years and some kids later, and he still ain't wifed you. I'm just saying. So feel how you want to feel about it. To me, that's unacceptable. I would never. Like I said, I've always said I ain't nobody baby mama. If you ain't, the day we decide that we having children, one child I give you. The second one, it's a wrap. If you ain't married me by the second one, bye. Cause what are you waiting for? And that's my whole thing. What are we waiting for? That, like I said, it's just an excuse. To me, it's they're excuses. Leave your brother out of this, because I don't want to have to fight your brother. Anyway, he put
Who
his
brother?
brother in the middle.
Who is his brother? Oh,
Um, so
yeah.
that was
They need to just go to the courthouse and call it a day. Oh,
um
they got a house now. They got a yard. They can do it backyard. In the backyard, put a tent up, one of them nice little tents with the air conditioner in it, with the air conditioner.
okay. Now we talk about marriage. Let's go into the other question. What does it benefit you to be married? What are the benefits of being married in a marriage, or benefits of being in a relationship? You tell me what you feel like the benefits are. I'll go from there, and then I take my stance.
You get a life partner, somebody that I mean, somebody that's gonna be there. It well, I can't even say that these days because marriage don't even mean nothing. But if somebody really married and love each other and they marrying for love and um not financially, they actually get married because they love each other and they want to be there for each other. You get somebody that's gonna have your back, somebody that's gonna love you, somebody that's gonna be your doctor when you sick, somebody that's gonna be your prayer warrior, somebody that's gonna do help you grow, like basically nourish your inner soul, like be there. um but that's only if y'all truly got married for love. If y'all got married for stability, the purpose is y'all hopefully keep having money so y'all can stay stable. That's it.
Well, I can't stand the 80-20. I hate that.
The who?
The 80-20.
What's the
People
eighty
be
twenty?
like,
Oh, the eighty
in a
twenty.
marriage, you're gonna only get 80%. And the 20%, you just gonna have to deal with the fact that you won't get there, right? This is my issue. When you first meet somebody, right? What attracts you to them? The way they are, right? The things that they do, the way they cover you, the way they date you, the way they court you, they might provide for you, even if they don't, but they loving you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that, right? You get attention, you get flowers, you get the wine and the dining, right? That's exactly what happens in when you first start dating somebody, right? But then here we go with the what changes. Now y'all together, y'all in a relationship, y'all done been together, whether y'all living together, y'all in a relationship for like a year or two or whatever, and the stuff starts going away, right? Now I see what you're capable of, but now the flowers stop coming, the foot rubs stop coming, the conversation stop coming, um, the dates stop coming, but yet we still in a relationship, right? And then people say, oh, that's that 80-20. No, 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 no. This is my problem with 80-20. You did it then trying to get me. You know what you need to do to keep me, but your little sorry self, and I gotta watch my words because again, your little sorry self decide that you're gonna actually show me who you are. Cause that's really who you are. The person that you are right now, that's who you are. But that wasn't the person that I met. That wasn't the person that I was dating. I'm actually seeing the real you. So this is my thing. If the real you ain't the person that you present to me, I'm gonna need you to kick rocks. Because now we have a problem. And I said it to you the other day when I said a marriage should be up for renewal like your driver's license. Every 5 years. I
I'm
need
down
to
for whatever.
I need to know whether we need to stay married
But
because you changing after 5 years. So it
but
shouldn't be
see,
that
I don't
hard.
think that was the eight when that 80-20 thing came up, that wasn't it about what you started doing and didn't. The 80-20 rule was more of when Medea mentioned it on the thing, it was more of okay, the wife that he had everything except the looks that he wanted. That was the 80-20 that she was speaking of. So the eighty
No, the
twenty
80-20 was you're only gonna get 80% of what you need in a relationship.
No, not 80. No, no, no. That's not what Medea was talking about. On Medea, it wasn't 80% of what you need, 80% of what the person was. So say for instance, I wanted a 5 foot 300 something pound fine man that had a job. You're not gonna get a perfect man. You're not gonna get everything you want in one person. So that's why people was going to the other to somebody else to get the 20. Because if you this is how it would happen. He had the heavy set lady. I can't think of their name, so I'm just he was with the heavy set lady. She did everything for him, except she didn't look like what the skinnier lady looked like. He wanted her to look like what the skinny lady he was cheating on her with that he brought to the cabin, but still do what she did for him. So that's why Medea was like, okay, you're not gonna get you gonna 80, which one you gonna take? 80% of a person being the person that you want over the 20% that they don't have that you want, or you gonna go with the girl because the girl she the 20% because she just got the looks, but she not loving you, she not caring for you, she not doing none of this stuff for you. That's what Medea did the 82. Now whoever else did
Wait,
the 80%, I don't know.
no, everybody says that, but you're saying the same thing I'm saying, but you're just talking about the looks part. It's the 80%. When, like I just said, the 80%, if you can't, if I'm not cooking, cleaning, doing all this stuff, but yeah, I'm good in bed. Okay, so now you got 20% of that. The same thing with him. Even when he left the other lady and he was like, oh, she don't cook, she don't this, she don't that, but she can show enough shop. But they was like, well, that's that 80-20 they was talking about. Because even Janet said the same thing with the other ones. Well, she said, well, the one was married, mad at her husband because she was like, well, I provide, I this, I that.
Yeah,
And
what
so
she
the lady
want
was
out
like,
of a
well, he loved you, he this, he's that. So why you mad? It's that 80-20 talking about something. You looking for something that you already got because but you act like you missing it. And that's what I'm saying. People use the 80-20 as an excuse. Well, in a relationship, you shouldn't want the 100% of a person. But again, like I said, when we first started dating, I got it. So what's the
No,
problem?
but
And
that's what
that's
I'm saying.
me.
I get what you're saying, but that's not really how it's not the 100% that a person can give you. It's who they are all in general. Like you want, okay, so if you built the man, that's how Medea had like a build a bear almost. I want this man to do this, look like this. You have 100% of everything you want in your spouse. That was the eight. So would you rather take 80%? You get a man that looks good, but he may not do this, this, and that. Not that
Okay.
what they started doing and then they stopped.
But
Not
that's what
that.
you missing it. And that's what I'm saying about the 80-20.
But
Forget
that's
the
the
looks,
eighty
because
twenty don't
everybody,
apply to that in my book.
yes,
That's
it
not what it,
in, but that's in your book,
but
because
that's what I'm saying.
you're
That's not
saying
what it was
about,
about.
no,
If
yes
if
it
a man
was. It's
start, because
not.
that was what he did. That if he
Hold
did
on.
he did that. If he did that to just to get you, that's not who he is. So that's not even the man you want
Hold
really
on,
at
Pop.
all.
But this is what we. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The 80-20, because it's not just them who say it, and it goes back into the 80-20 applies to whoever it applies to. Because if you want this person to be the looker or whatever, okay, that's your specifications of a man, right? If for me, I want who I want because you are this, and along with it, you're showing me this. And so that's why I say, this is why I say I don't like that 80-20, because what I'm saying, and I'm defending my stance on, you can kick rocks with the 80-20, because you are the person that I'm attracted to. You're the person that I became in a relationship with, right? You did everything you in your power to come and get me. You did everything in your power to court me. Now all of a sudden you got me, and we 5 years down the road, and now all those things go away, and now it's like, oh well, you only gonna get the 80% of what you need. No, nigga, you gave me the 100 when I first met you. So if you didn't have the 100 when I first met you, tell me you don't have 100. Let me go about my business. Let me decide whether I want the 15% or the 20% or whatever. Don't lie, because that's what it is, a lie. You're now lying, telling me you had this 100 and the 100 is not who you are. And that's where that 80%, because like I said, it ain't just Medea. This is where that 80-20 come in, because people be like, well, I was married, I'm in a marriage, well, he do everything, but we don't sleep together, and we don't go on dates, but yet he provide for me. So then they like, oh well, you gotta take the 20 along with the 80. No, no, hell no, because that's not what you did to court me. Give me the option. See, that's why I say, but this goes for women and men, so I ain't just saying about men. This goes for women and men. You didn't give me the option, because what you just did was lie to get me. So give me the option. Show me who you are up front. Take that mask off, like Kayla said in the beginning. Take off the mask. Let me see the real you. Let me see that when I'm not coming to your apartment, that your apartment dirty. You might have roaches or whatever the case might be. Let me see that. Let me see that you don't wear clean clothes or whatever the case might be. Let me see that you don't cook on a regular basis. Let me see that your lights are always getting cut off. See, you don't show that. But now we in a relationship. Now, nigga, you don't want to pay your light bill. Now, nigga, you don't want to take me out on dates. Now, nigga, all you want to do is sit down and play the video games or whatever, but you want doing that in a relationship. So show me that. Now you want to show me that, and now I'm pissed off about it. Now you mad because I'm mad, and you feel like I'm just going at you. Yeah, I'm going at you, because that's not what you did when we started dating. Be who you are. And that's the problem with a lot of people. That's why I said that 80-20, y'all can kick rocks with that. If you're going to give me 100, you're going to give me 100. If you can't give me the
But maybe
100 and
that's
now
who
I'm
they
mad about
are.
the 100, then I'm out. That's what I'm
That,
saying. Show me that, though.
but
Show me that.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's who they are.
The
They are
liar,
pretend they are pretenders.
but show me the
That's
liar. So don't
But
get
they
mad at me
did
that
show
I'm
you the
mad.
liar.
Yeah,
That's
that,
but I'm saying like they
but when did you
showed
show
us,
me the liar?
but
No, no,
we
no,
didn't know
no.
that.
No, no, no,
They
no.
showed listen to what
Let's
I'm
be
saying.
clear.
They showed us
How,
that they were liars because they did all of this. And
okay, nephew, go ahead.
how long after that they stopped doing these things? Why did they stop doing these things and we still stayed? So
Because
they
they couldn't
showed us,
keep
but
up.
we just didn't know that's
But
who they are.
Misha,
They
let's
are
hold on.
liars.
Okay, so you take off your rainbow glasses. Take them off right
I'm
now.
not got on what I'm saying is I'm not saying that we don't that they didn't show. They showed us, but we just didn't know that because we seen what we wanted them. But the person that they showed us that we was liars. They didn't show it in the beginning, but that's who they are.
But
They're
that,
liars.
but you're proving my point. You didn't show me that you were a liar. I might have found out you was a liar 2, 3 years down the road. Really?
But what I'm like, you not, I don't know how to make it make sense to you, so I'm gonna let it go.
Cause again, we're not deflecting. So right now,
No,
what we're
I'm
not
not
gonna do is deflect.
deflecting. No, I'm
We
not saying that. What
that
I'm saying is the person. So if I'm gonna just say this, so if the person I'm talking to, so when I first got with my man, my conversation with him was, don't ask me for nothing because I ain't giving you nothing. That's just how I came out. Like, we cool, but don't ask me for nothing because I'm not giving you nothing. Um, and he laughed at me and was like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Just what I said. Don't ask me for nothing, because I'm not giving you nothing." He was like, "Okay, I wasn't planning on asking you for nothing." So he told me, like, "Okay, this I'm not asking you for nothing, but this is how I handle stuff, blah blah blah." What I'm saying, so I'll rip, like, he could have lied when he told me that, but he proved that that's who he was. But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, they are liars and we don't see it, but they did show us that's who they are, because they started lying and then they started doing something. But at the end of the day, we didn't see that because we don't know them originally. We don't know who they
But
are.
you show you're saying the same thing I'm saying.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
know what you.
are.
Okay.
You're literally saying the same thing I'm saying. What
Well, I don't. Well,
because
I'm not saying it the way it's in my mind, because I get what you're saying. But they lied, and that's who they are. They are liars.
but you're
But
saying
we
the
didn't
same
know
thing
that.
that I'm saying. You right, but you're because you're saying the same
But
thing
you
I'm
saying
saying.
show me that they was liars, and they did by doing the stuff
No,
that they know they wasn't going. That's not who they really are in the
but you're saying the same thing I'm saying. When we started dating, you didn't show me that you were a liar. You showed me that you was this person that I could love. You was the person that I wanted. You were the person that could do whatever it is that I needed. You fulfilled my fantasies, all that stuff.
Did they do
That's
what
the lie.
they? Because they did what you asking for. Oh, I want a man that do this, and that,
But that's what I'm
and
saying.
so
That's
they
the
did
lie.
it.
Okay, so now we're in a
No, but that is
relationship.
really not. They got a man that did that, and that to
No,
get you.
no, 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 no.
So
But
they the liars, because they gonna act. They
I
pretending.
that's what but that's what I'm saying, Misha. I need are you listening? This is
I'm
exactly what I'm
listening.
saying. You did exactly what I needed, right? But you're lying. Because
Right.
that's not you. Okay, so you
But
showing
in
me
but I'm saying in the long run, they really did show us. Like, that's the
that's what I'm saying. You
they
showed me after we already in a relationship. I what I'm saying is when
but
you come at me, when you address me, okay, so I meet you. Hey, how you doing? And I'm saying, hey, this is what I want out of a relationship, right? If you can't do this, and this, then we have nothing to talk about, right? What you should have said was, okay, well, I can't do that.
but
I'm
they
not this
could do
person.
it. They did it for that. So listen, this is okay, and I'm a
No,
this.
so
Wait,
you
wait,
make
wait,
so
wait, wait, wait,
that's the
wait. I'm gonna
excuse.
tell you, it's
Go ahead.
all in. It's all in. I'm learning. It's all in how we say stuff. Just listen. So you saying for us to talk, for you to talk to me, I need this, and that, right? That's what you said. For you to have a conversation with me. That's
I ain't
what
say
you just
conversation.
what you said. For
I
me
said
to talk to you.
we dating, yeah. If you want
So
to
for
date me,
if
this
you
is what
want
I
to
need.
date me,
Mm-hmm.
I need this, and that. So what
Mm-hmm.
did they do? They gave you that, and that to date you. When they done dating you, they stopped doing that.
Well, then stop dating me.
They not dating you. You
Yeah.
dating them, because when they stop, why you didn't leave?
No, no, no. They're
Why
not
we
dating
don't?
you.
Why we as women don't? When they stop giving us what we said, hey, for you to be talking to me, for me to give you my time, I need flowers every week. I need you to protect me. I need you to love me. I need you to do this. And if when they stop doing it, and we go to them as women, I go to you and say, hey, babe, what's going on? You ain't did this. You ain't did that. We ain't talking no more. Because when dude does that, I be like, hey, what's going on? Because you ain't talking to me like you used to talk to me. So what's going on? You know what he said? Oh, well, I didn't realize I did that. And he starts fixing it. So if it's not that they need to leave us, why we can't leave them? If they stop giving us what we asked for, why are we staying
But
as
did you
women?
not just hit that? But that was the whole basis of what I said.
But
I
that
said,
but
I
why are we
said,
staying as women? But
but
you
that's
just said why
no,
they
no,
won't leave. Why they just won't leave me.
no, because again, what I said in the beginning was I said if you can't provide what I need for me, and now you show me you're a liar, and then you get mad at me because now I got a problem with you and I don't want to be with you. That's the issue. That's what I said in the whole beginning. What I'm saying is that 80/20 pisses me off because people get mad because somebody will leave a person and they'll be like, well, you can't leave because you only getting 80%. Yes, I can. That was the whole basis of the
Well,
conversation.
see that, and
I
that's
can
what I'm
leave
saying.
you for
I
the
don't see the
80%.
80 in that type of. That's how I don't look at the 80 in that way. That's
But
not what I
that's
look at the 80
but
20
but
in.
a lot of people will use that as an excuse because again, if you're not doing what I need you to do as a man to fuel me and nurture me and love on me, then I'm only getting certain bits and pieces. But it wasn't like that when I first started dating you. First of all, that's the pretense of the dating in the first place. Because again, if you're not this person that you're going to portray at all times, then don't portray to be the person. And I said that's what makes the liar. Because right now, what you're doing is showing me that you're a liar. And so now, do I trust anything else that will come along if we stay in this marriage? Because you only faking who you can be.
Stay in
Now,
this
some people
relationship.
change.
You mean
Some
stay in
people,
this
yeah,
relationship?
relationship, yeah. So some people change. Some people remain the same. Some people will grow and see that, you know what, I do, because I love her that much. I do want to make sure my wife is good, my girlfriend is good. I want to make sure that, because first of all, like I said, who dating somebody for 5 or 6 years and you not finna get married? Let's just be clear. Well, that's me. So I'm saying on behalf of me. So in this, if I'm not doing what I need to do to make sure that she knows that I want to be her husband, to make sure that she knows that I'm the person that she wants to. Like I said, you auditioning a life mate. So if I'm bombing my audition, why would she give me the job? So don't get pissed off at her if when you get fired and they hire somebody else that's just like a job. You lie to get on the job, and then like the dude, you lied to the people and said that you could drive a forklift. You get on the forklift and knock all the people's stuff over. You lied. You lied just to get in. Now you can't fulfill the job requirements. So you mad because she fired you? Or you mad because you fired? Make that make sense. And that's the same thing in a relationship. Don't get mad if the person no longer wants to be with you in the situation that you're presenting to her, because you giving her, basically you giving her crap in on her hand. You presenting her with crap. Because at the beginning, you presented her with lavish gifts. Now you just, it's mediocre, and I'm just gonna give you crap. I'm gonna give you the bare minimum. So if somebody don't want to accept that, then be okay with somebody not accept that. Don't go now mistreating them, calling them out their name, and all this other stuff, because that's what you want to do. Don't do that. That makes no sense.
Hi,
What's up?
ladies.
My
What's
nephew
up?
said something. Hold on. I said, what's up?
How you so home? What do you mean? What's up in me? Like I'm
Right.
your random
So
partner?
listen, hold on. Let's get this. He said,
What's
I like the topic though, because my generation, this is my younger nephew, has a problem for sure. Women in my age group only care about excitement or what they can do in bed. If we being real, they don't like men with jobs and rules for real. They prefer hoods and bums because while they're losers, they bring excitement, and women hate being bored. Now that's a problem by itself. And this what Keela's 26, 27, 26, 27. And that's what he feel.
I
Good
mean
morning.
that's could be true too. But it's that's the thing. That's how he feels, and that could be true. The women he date, they bored. They want the hood people. They want the excitement of looking over their shoulders. But maybe you don't need to date them, or maybe you need to go somewhere else and find older women that's on something different. But then you get some older women that like hood dudes too. So it's just who you pick. And that's when people need to honestly go back and be like, God help me
But
find this woman.
then I said that in the first place. I said we it's backwards, because in reality, the woman is not
Yeah,
supposed to be
they show
finding
it.
the man. The man is supposed to be finding
That's
the woman.
that's okay. You said it the way I was saying it. They were showing it. We just didn't see it.
But what I'm saying is, and that's fine to lie in that, because a lot of times people don't show who they really are until 2 and 3 years down the road, or a year later, y'all already together, or y'all already got a baby, and now y'all don't want to live together. Now you see who this person really is, and you live with them. You didn't see it before because again, they lied and they hid it. How would you know? How would you know that they take their drawers off and leave them in the middle of the floor? How would you know that they don't? If you tell them to wash dishes, they just walk by the sink and won't even load the dishwasher. How would you know? Because they lied. When they most men, be honest, most men when you dating, or most women or men, if they come over to your house, what they gonna do? What's the first thing a woman gonna do if they see that you need to tidy up? They gonna help you tidy up, right? They gonna, you know what, babe, I'll cook for you. I this, I that. Ain't that what most people do to try to get you, try to, what they say, to get you to like them. And then now y'all in a relationship, and now what most men say, this heifer don't cook. She used to cook all the time. Now she don't cook. She don't want to do this. She don't want to do that. Am I right? Because in reality, was that really her, or was that her trying to impress you? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't impress. You can't. Don't impress me because now I'm gonna be pissed off.
All
Well,
right.
this is how can I say it? Steve Harvey. And I don't, and I honestly, Steve Harvey gets on my nerves with some of the stuff he say, but this is the one thing I do and I took in consideration. You shouldn't have to tell a man what you want. For one, you shouldn't have, if you dating a man and they start talking, you shouldn't have to say, hey, I want a man that does this, this, and that. If a man really likes you, he gonna take the time to figure it out. Because when you tell them what to do, you are helping them be the liar that they are. Because you're telling them, I want a man that buys me flowers, open my door. So guess what they gonna do? They gonna buy you flowers, open their door. But if a man that really loves you takes the time to get to know you when y'all dating, you ain't got to tell him everything you want. If a man walks up to you, if you dating and you didn't tell a man like I want my chair pulled out, but that's something you like, but he pull out your chair. You know he didn't do that because you asked. He did that because that's just who he is. So when they saying they showed us, and we didn't see it. So when I see somebody, if they just so happen to go in the store and they got them something to drink, but they didn't bring me nothing out, and they was like, oh well, I didn't, you didn't say you wanted nothing, and you seen me go in the store. So let's use that. You seen me going in the store, but you didn't say you wanted nothing. But if you told a man, oh, if you told him originally, when you go in the store, I want a man to come out and bring me something back. Well, guess what? When he go in the store, that's what he gonna do. If you don't tell him that, and he goes in the store and he brings you something out without you telling him, he really thinks about you. So he's showing you who you are. So that's why when the man was like, when he said, did they show it and we just didn't see it? It's a lot of times they do show us stuff, but we don't really pay it attention. I'm not saying everybody, but it's a lot of times that they do certain stuff that, and we just don't pay attention.
Okay.
That does happen,
Okay.
and we
So
just don't pay attention.
so what also happens too, a guy can see a woman and be like, I want to date her, right? And you see the caliber woman that she is. She don't even have to tell you. You automatically, most guys will automatically, oh, let's go on a date. They'll ask you out on a date, take you to a nice restaurant, bring you flowers and all this. So y'all dating. You ain't necessarily got to say this. They'll do these things. Like I said, it ain't always that the woman is saying it. They'll do these things because I need to impress you. I need to draw you. I need to bring you in. A lot of times they will do what's the movie? Think is it Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man. Remember the girl Taraji had the high paying job, so the boy knew what he needed to do to get her. She didn't even want him like at first. So when she realized, okay, he what he did, he impressed her. He brought the little car, or whatever, because he saw who she was. They didn't never even have a conversation. He saw who she was. He brought her the flowers. He was doing this. He was doing that. Then what happened? Got caught up, realized who he really was, and so now he was mad, right? He was upset because she didn't want who he portrayed to be. They never had that conversation.
You talking
He
about Michael
just
Ealy?
Yes, he faked
Who
who
did
he
he
was.
portray to be?
But
He
but
portrayed to be this person that
he
could be on her
betrayed that
level.
because, well, in that particular thing, he did that because he felt like she would judge him on, no, that's what I'm saying. So in that particular
So wait, was this
situation,
the food truck guy? She was with the food truck.
yes. But
Okay, so yeah.
remember he was valeting cars and he chased her down in a nice car. But he did that because he did want her, but felt like he wasn't good enough for her.
Right.
So in that situation, like, he went over and beyond to get her in a positive way. Even though he lied about it, but it was more like, I like her, but if I pull up to her next to her in my raggedy car, she probably wouldn't even roll down the window and say nothing to me.
But again, it's still the lie. Because she's
I
thinking
know,
this guy is on the same level as her. He can afford to wine and then dine it instead of him just saying, hey, I
but
don't have
see,
it. It's still the
that,
lie.
but that right there is a problem in itself, because this is the thing, right? So let me say this. First of all, you got to slow down with the N word. We're gonna get booted off the podcast. First of all. But the other thing is this is everybody, men and women. Let's be clear, men and women both send representation when you're first starting to date somebody and deal with somebody. Nobody, you, no woman's gonna meet a man or no man's gonna meet a woman and she gonna be like, yeah, certain times, I don't want to be bothered. Don't talk to me. Don't whatever. I get crazy attitudes or whatever the case is. No man's gonna just be fully saying, oh, what he like don't do. Everybody gets the best of representation, but it's not often. It don't always have to be. Yes, you do have some situations that it is like a full on like, okay, let me pretend to be this to get her or to get him. But then sometimes that is who a person is, lovable, romantic, whatever the case is. But sometimes it things as time go on, things die down between like that, what they call the honeymoon phase or whatever dies down, which it should never. Truth be told, like as far as between a couple, it shouldn't. All things are gonna change basically. But certain things they don't have to change, but it's just kind of like some things happen, and I don't think it's not always in the intentions all the time. So that's why I say I don't think it's always necessarily considered to be a lie, whether it's from a man or a woman. Now, y'all said the example about the going out to the restaurant, pulling out a chair. Believe it or not, there are some dudes who don't mind doing that, but you got some females that may look at him stupid, like, "What are you doing? Like, I don't need you touching my." Those type of things. So it does kind of boil down to the individual,
Mm-hmm.
like what that woman likes or what that man likes or whatever the case is. It does boil down, and then sometimes like yeah, a man may see certain things in I mean maybe like the open the car door thing, right? It wasn't me because like I felt like it was me, but I didn't. It wasn't a thing that I used to do because them folks didn't care
Didn't
about it. They
do
didn't
it.
appreciate it. It wasn't
Right.
appreciated anyway. It wouldn't have been appreciated. For me now with you, if you touch her though, I want to kick you in your behind or whatever the case is.
I agree.
Because it was a more of a thing for you. Like, okay, not only was it an expectation, but it was also like I do appreciate it as well. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people may have a side to them that they like to do things, um, but the other person may not accept it. The other person may not accept it, or somebody may not do something and the other person would like that. Well, that's not necessarily always considered to be a lie. That's considered to be okay. Well, my man likes this or my woman likes this, so let me try to adjust. Prime example, babe, you absolutely hate football with a passion, but you will show a little bit of interest sometimes just because you know I like football. So that's not you lying. That's not you saying that you're a liar. Oh, I'm lying. I'm a liar. No, that's just you making an adjustment a little bit to what you know I like, just because of that.
But y'all proving my point at the end of the day. What I'm saying is, even so, let's go back to the car, to open the car door. Well, if the guy knows his woman and he's paying attention to her and he's learning his woman, if he want to open the door and she gets upset, okay, well that's who he is naturally. So I doubt that the woman getting mad and saying, "Oh my God, he just stops doing this because this is something that I don't want." That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is when it comes to you're in a relationship with a person and this person is saying, like, say, like I said, if opening the car door wasn't your thing, but you started opening the car door, right? And you knew that I like the car door, so you open the car door. Now all of a sudden, and I use my brothers as example. My brothers ain't finna open the car door for nobody. They don't care. They ain't even open the car door for me. That's just who they are. Now, say they started opening the car door. Now all of a sudden, girl, you better get in the car. I ain't open no car door, but you did it in the beginning and you knew I liked it. But now you don't want to do it because this is who you really are. That's the lie. I didn't tell you to open the car door. You started opening the car door when we first started dating. Now we dating and you comfortable and you out of honeymoon phase. Now you don't want to do the same things that you did to get me. So now I have a problem. That's what I'm saying. Not the things that you're doing and the woman not showing appreciation for it. If she don't care, it's just like when I say about the cooking. If I was to go to a house and I say, oh, well, I'll cook for you because it's something that I want to do. You didn't ask me to cook. I just said, you know what, I brought groceries. This is going to be our date. Let's Netflix and chill. And I'm cooking for you. And I cook for you on the regular. And you be like, babe, I appreciate you cooking. But you never asked me to cook, though. And I just started cooking. So I'm showing you that I'm this cooker, right? And I'm going to make sure I nurture you and care for you and all this. So then now we're in a relationship and we living together. And now I never clean up. Now I never cook. You gotta cook your own food. You come home, there's no meal. I don't never cook ever. You gotta come home, you gotta wash your own clothes. I don't never wash clothes ever. But I started showing you these things, and you never asked for it. But this is who I portrayed that I was, and so you fell in love with me on the pretense of this is who I am. Now you get the real me, and now you pissed off, and you like, you know what? This relationship don't work for me because I thought you was doing this. Like I thought you was this person. I thought you was this person. Now, do she have the right to get mad? Hell, no. Because why are you mad? Because again, like I said, that's the lie.
Well,
It's
at
not
first,
the thing.
I would say it's a conversation first, because why did you stop doing it?
Well,
Maybe
I
like,
just said that. I said
maybe,
when I say, if I go to you and I say, hey, I don't think this is working, like, what's the problem? What's the issue? What's the this? What's the that?
yeah.
Because
So
now
now
you're
it's,
showing me that you're not the person that I fell in love with. And that's what happens a lot of times in relationships and marriage. You fall in love with the person on the pretense this is who they are, but then when it,
But you
you
that's
use what
almost
they are a
unless
lot. When
but
people
unless a
show you who you
person
are,
changes,
believe it.
dramatically though, like and just completely is a different, absolute different person, nothing about them is the same, then that's gonna always be the issue because again, nobody, baby, at the end of the day, I'm not the same person I was when we first met. You're not the same person you was when we first met.
I
So what I'm
understand
saying
people
is
change. What I'm saying is,
everybody's gonna change. So I mean,
what? Hold on.
if
Hold on.
everything
Answer this.
stops, then that's I get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Answer this. You're in a relationship. What's the number one thing people complain about? Women complain about men. We don't go out. He never takes me out on dates, right? We never take me out on dates. We don't have sex. We don't sleep together. He never is in my feelings. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't share my interests. He don't ask me how I'm feeling, right? Ain't that the number one complaint of women? I'm asking. Are those are can we all agree
Yeah,
women complain about the most those three things for the most part? All
yeah.
right. But in the beginning of the relationship, y'all always went out. Or he made sure y'all had a date night at least once a month or twice a month or whatever the case might be. He made sure babe, you look nice today. I'm gonna compliment you. How you doing? If you feeling sad, I'm gonna make sure I try to cheer you up or whatever. He did that in the beginning, right?
Okay.
Um, but now all of a sudden, those things are gone. And I'm saying, babe, like, we don't go out on dates. Like, can we go on a date? Oh yeah, whatever. I ain't got time. Number one complaint about women.
Well,
He don't pay attention to me. He don't this, he
that
don't
is
that.
just straight butthole. If a person tell you they don't have time, then that's
But
something. Then
you still
yes,
prove my point though.
right. But I'm saying, so what I'm saying is, in that
okay.
case,
See,
what I'm
this
saying
is
is,
what
you can
this
get
I
somebody
think.
to acknowledge it as well. That don't mean that they like. That's what I'm saying. Like if they
No,
just
but you're a liar if I'm telling you, and I'm again the number one complaint of women. If I done been married for 15 years and 10 of the years we stopped doing this and we stopped doing that. No one complain of women though. That's what I'm saying. If after a few years of this is who you are in the beginning, and after a few years I'm complaining and I'm telling you and I'm this and I'm that. Now I make the decision to leave. You have no reason to get mad at me because I told you. And again, that was you lying about who you were. So, like I said, in most relationships, ain't nobody just gonna walk away because one time you didn't do that. It's a constant over and over and over again. You're constantly showing me who you are, and you're not the same person. Not to say the little minor things change, but it's a drastic change of you're not this person. If I like to go on dates and we never go, I use me as an example. If I used to date and I was married for 21 years, if I dated or whatever, and that's what we did in the first 2 years of our relationship, now here it is, 19 years later, and I'm like, we don't go on dates. You ain't never home. We don't do nothing. We don't do this. We don't do that. And this has been my complaint for the last 10 years. There's a problem. And so when I call you a liar, don't get mad because I called you a liar. Because in reality, you're a liar. Because you kept saying, if I said what is most women or men gonna say? If a man go to a woman and say, you don't do this, I think there's a problem. We need to change it. We need to change that. Most people gonna say, okay, they'll do it for a little bit, right? Do it for a little bit and go back to being the same person who they really are, because in reality, that's not what they want. That's not who they are. So that's what I'm saying. I
Okay, but that
understand what
can't you
y'all
can't.
saying,
I get that too, but okay, all okay. So I get that, but in all those circumstances, that may not be who they are.
Maybe the
Life, it
situation.
may be a situation that happened. So it just depends on, now if somebody, okay, I'm gonna use this. If I'm dating you and I walk up, I'm just use Darrell since he right here, and I'm telling Darrell, hey Darrell, like we on our first date, my goal is to be married. I want to start a family. You know, I want at least two or three kids. I want to live such and such. Now this is where it's a lie. If Darrell knows for a fact that he's not ready, if I say, Darrell, I want to get married in the next 5 years, I want to have two kids, and I want to purchase a house and get us a car. If Darrell knows for a fact right now, like if me and him talking, this our first day meeting, hey, I'm meeting you, hey, and we talking, and I tell him that, and he knows in the back of his mind, in the next 5 years, I ain't ready to get married yet. But he tells me, yeah, I am too. Yeah, I want to have kids, but he knows for a fact that he doesn't. But he tells me that just because he wants to talk to me, to continue to talk to me, to see where it. That's a lie. Now you a
Yeah,
liar
that's
because
what I
you
was
knew
thinking
for a
too.
fact that you
no,
did not want to have. No, listen,
Because
you
that
knew
was
for a fact
intentionally
that you
like
did not want to
that
have
was
kids. But if
intentionally.
he's a person that doesn't mind going, he didn't mind when y'all first started dating. Yeah, we went on dates. Yeah, we did this. Yeah, we did that. And he started, just say for instance, he started, slacking off. It could be that his job changed. It could be that maybe, okay, I need to save instead of taking this. I know she like to go on dates, but maybe I'm finna, back off of the dates because I want to buy her this certain ring that I seen her looking at. So it depends on the situation. So if he stops doing it, what's the reason for him stop doing it? So you can't necessarily just say he's a
but
liar because he
I'm just under
stopped
the,
doing it,
but y'all
but
not even
it
listening to
depends
me.
on.
So
I'm
I need
No,
y'all to
listening.
listen to what I'm
babe, I
saying.
hear what you're saying. Okay, I'm
No, no, because
you. No,
again,
okay, hold on. Use
I
us.
get what
Use
y'all
us.
saying.
One of our things was we used to go to the beach all the time, right? Just go sit by the water all the time, right? Now, can we still do that? But also a part of a part of our circumstances, that was one of our places that we would go at that time. So our circumstances has changed. Does that mean that the beach is no longer there? No, that does not mean that. But what I'm saying is that was also like a part of our circumstances, or one of the places that we would go and like chill and stuff because of our circumstances.
Okay,
And that's what I'm saying. So that does that make me a liar because I haven't taken you to the beach in a while? That's what
that's
you're
not what I
saying?
said. No, what would make you a liar is if we were going out and you, like, again, it at some point that I want to go on dates and that's what we did and we always made sure we had a date night. Or if I say I need to spend time with you and you made sure you spend time with me, and then now there's no time to be spent. Not saying it's just for a month or two or whatever, but this is like 2 or 3 years where I'm like, dang, when you gonna spend some time with me? Dang, when we gonna go on a date? Dang, when we gonna do this? That's what makes you a liar. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying just because your job might change and for a moment you can't do it. I'm saying over the course of time, and we're in a relationship and you know this is who I am, or this is who you act like you were this person, like, you know that I like things, or I wanna have a chill day or whatever, and you always gone. So when do we spend
But I
time
think
together?
that's
You
what. But man, that's why I think the kind of disconnect come in at, because it's saying if you pretended to be like, I don't. It's not all the time that a person was actually pretending to be that.
so
Things
so
sometimes just change.
okay, so
That's all
if you
I'm saying.
okay, so here's my thing. So it goes back into what I said too. If things change and this is no longer who you want to be, then walk away. So when
But
that
it's
person
not
says
that
they
who
want
you
to walk
don't
away,
want
then
to.
walk
That's not
away.
okay.
But
So
all
it's
situations
like
don't
this:
mean that's not who
if
they want
I
to
was,
be.
let me say this. I'm gonna say it like this way.
But
So just say for instance
so
with
it can't
me,
be if the person, so even if you say that's not the situation where they want to walk away, but this person's unhappy, so this person got to be unhappy because this person's really, that's not really who I am. It's just a situation, but I gotta stay, I gotta stew in this for years. It's
you
like
don't
putting stuff in
have
a
to.
crock
Okay,
pot.
so listen, you ask. Okay, so let's break this down. So the first part of this is
That's
just say for instance with me,
I don't know. That's a little
I
off
am,
market.
I am, I before I had my surgery. I'm gonna put it like this: before I had my surgery, I could just get up and go. I wasn't tired. I can get up and go. Now that I had my surgery, I can still get up and go, but it's tiring. So if I was with, just say me and you friends, we gonna use it as a friendship. Me and you friends, and we okay, Ebony, yeah, we finna go here, girl. We finna go. Okay, every month we was taking a girls trip. Now that I had my surgery, I can't take them girls trips like I used to. That doesn't make me be a liar that I lied to you about who I was, because the person that I was, I did like to that, and I still do like to do it, but I can't. However, now that I can't do it, do you have to stay my friend, or can you go find another friend that likes to go? Sure. You have every right to do that. You have every right to go and be like, just say Darrell, the other girl. You have every right to be like, well, Misha, you can't go. And I'm used to going every month, and I understand you can't go. So me and you still cool. I didn't lie to you. I didn't portray to be somebody that don't like trips. I just had a situation that now I probably will never be able to go on trips like I used to, because I can't walk like that anymore. I can't just walk, take long rides. I can't do that anymore. And I probably won't ever be able to do that for a long time. Does that make me be a liar? No. But are you wrong for finding somebody else that can go on these girl trips, like the times that I can't go on girl trips with you? Are you wrong for being like, well, Misha, I'm gonna start taking Darrell because he can go all the time? You ain't wrong for that. If you're not happy with how our friendship is going, you're not wrong for leaving, but you can't call me a liar.
Here's my thing. So I'm gonna say this
That's
now.
what I'm gonna put it like that.
So now this is my thing. So let's use that in a relationship. We now, because you said I'm not wrong for going to find somebody else to go out on the girls trip, because that's something that I do. That's something that me and you start together. But me and you still cool. That's fair to say. Okay.
Right.
Now now let's use it in my relationship. This is who I am. This is what I like to do, and this is what I want to do. And I want somebody that's gonna love me. I want somebody to show me that I want that they love me. I want somebody to compliment me, at least pay attention to me, take me out on dates, and take me here, take me there. So I'm not satisfied in my relationship, but my person is saying, "Well, I just can't now," or whatever the case might be. And so now we in year two, well, you just can't. So am I wrong for now? I'm gonna trade you in for somebody else. So does that
If
make
But
me
but
you
but
wrong?
not
this
wrong,
so this is the
even
thing with a trade. So you got a Jeep Cherokee outside. If you go trade your truck in for what just say a G wagon, it looks better. It probably ride better. But what if that G wagon go down before that Cherokee? So, in other words, just because you trade something for what may seem better, don't mean that it's going to stay better. Because again, everything changes. Changes happen, but it is also what comes along with those. What comes along with those changes. Does has something changed because a person is just flat out disregarding? Oh, I don't care how you feel. Oh yeah, I know you want to go out, but who cares? Oh well, I ain't got time for you. That is bounce. I'll holler at you. Not even if it. You know what, babe? I'm sorry. You're right. I know this or whatever. But and also just also understand that I think it's a thing out there that women feel like just because a man don't say something to you about something or do something that he doesn't realize what what he hasn't done in a while. Because a lot of times we do. A lot of times we do. That's the thing about it. Like it's often programmed that men are like these heartless individuals, and just because we don't say it or we don't bring it to you right then, like again, it could be trying to get things. It could be riding down the street. I'm gonna use me. I've done like, you know what? I ain't just such a babe in a minute. So it's not just because I ain't say that to you about it, don't mean I didn't think about it or haven't thought about it or whatever the case is.
and I'm gonna tell
But
you,
this is
I'm
my
wait, hold on,
question.
before I forget, let me say
Go
this.
ahead.
So this is what Bay just told me, because we just had this discussion. Because I'm like, you don't, every time I talk to you, it's like you tired, blah blah blah. I said, and when we first started talking, like you would stay up all night. And his response was, I hear you. And I said it again, like a couple of months went by, and I said it again. He said, Misha, he said, I'm gonna tell you this. He said, when we first started talking, the responsibility I had to you, I didn't have that in the beginning. I didn't have to take care of you. I didn't have to make sure your bills was paid. I didn't have to make sure you had whatever you wanted. I just had time to talk. I didn't have to go do what I needed to do to make sure that you had money coming in. So I had the time to do that. Now that I have to do all of this and I have to make sure you straight, I don't have that time anymore. Does it mean that I don't love you? No, it doesn't mean that. Does it mean that I don't want to have conversations? No, it doesn't. I do want to have conversations, and we are going to have conversations. He was like, but I can't stay on the phone with you until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning anymore. I can't do that because I have obligations to you now that keeps me from being able to stay up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with you just talking. I have other stuff on my brain, like I don't need nothing to happen to you. So I know if I don't make this happen, knowing that you're not working, what's going to happen to you? Now I'm stressed. I know I don't tell you that I'm stressed because I don't want you stressing, because if I think if he tells me he's stressed, he know it's going to stress me out, and now I'm going to be like, okay, well, what can, and he don't want that. So I get that. But again, that's where it's a conversation, and you can't necessarily say a person started doing something. I ain't gonna say all. Some people do. They are just straight out
Yeah,
lying. They
definitely.
start to be that, and they are just straight out lying because that's not who they are at all. All people aren't like that. And then again, at the same time, whether they told you, whether they intentionally lied to you, or whether it was an unintentional lie. If you are unhappy in a friendship, a relationship with your mama, a relationship with your siblings, you have a conversation, and they not trying to fit, hey, this is how I feel, what we gonna do about this, and nobody, and they don't, y'all don't come to some common ground, you always have the right to bounce. But to say that a person, so we're not saying you
But
can't leave,
but you
but you
said, but
can't.
yes, you can. Because
No,
because
yeah,
again,
you.
if I, okay, so first of all, you proving my point. At the end of the
What
day,
you
I don't know
you?
what part of this conversation y'all not listening to, but both of y'all proving my point. So I'm gonna say this, even in what you talk about your man, your man. So forget the mediocre. The conversation. So he's saying he can't do this because he's taking care of you. He this, he that. All right. So now he stopped taking care of you. He stopped providing for you, but he still don't call you. He still ain't got time for you. So now, what's the
Okay,
problem?
Right. So
okay. Well, then that don't
that
necessarily mean he
situation.
didn't lie. That don't mean he's a liar.
He just said he can't talk to you because now he got other
No,
responsibilities.
but
Right.
listen,
That means
okay,
he
listen.
stopped. But at that
But
point,
now
that
if
means he
he
stopped
stops,
caring.
yeah, you just stop caring. That
That's
don't
what I'm
mean you're
saying,
not
babe.
a
But
liar.
that's what I'm saying. That is
No,
exactly
but you
what a
said
liar
they.
is.
No,
No,
but what
not
I'm saying is not all the
necessarily.
time does that mean
Just
somebody
because
stopped
somebody stopped
caring.
caring about
That
you, because like right
because
now,
things
hold on.
changed.
If
Okay,
I stop
okay, I'm
caring
gonna say
about you,
pause,
if I
pause. No,
stop
no, no,
caring
stop,
about
stop.
you,
Cause y'all not. So listen,
we
listen to what I'm
listening
saying.
to you,
The
No,
and
you're
you
example
not.
I
ain't
No,
want to
y'all
listening
use,
not.
I can't
hard.
use on
No,
here.
y'all not listening. You just said that person stopped caring. So I'ma say it again. So if we in a relationship and I'm study telling you and I'm complaining to you and I'm coming to you and you say, babe, that's not the problem. That's not the case. I'ma change. I'ma this, I'ma that, and you don't. And then I get mad and I say, you know what? Maybe this ain't for us. Because I'm telling you, I done came to you, I done said this, I done said that, but you continue to do this. So now you're making yourself out to be a liar because now you're lying, because now you said that I'm gonna be this person. It just was probably this situation or whatever. But no, this is really who you are. Cause you, like I said, you tried to make it whatever. So just say that. Say, hey, I don't care anymore and move on. But no, you will continue to hold on to that person. So now the person mad and they done left you or they want to leave. Now you upset and mad because I don't know what happened. But yet she told you. And she's telling you that you are not the same person or you're not the person that she
And
want to be in a relationship with
while
because
we're
you
saying she
said that I
told you,
would be
let's
this person.
Well, hey,
let's
okay,
understand that
so
he tells you
she said
sometimes
that
too.
you're not the
I
same.
said both, but I understand what
Wait,
I'm
but
saying. But
listen,
but y'all still
okay,
saying the same thing I'm saying.
so This is what I'm saying. But you're making it seem like just because a person stops doing something, they are a liar. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not true. That's sometimes it's that still is who they are, but for whatever reason, they can't be that. That doesn't make them when they started doing that,
I'm not
that's
talking about the mediocre though,
but
because
okay,
in the
but let
beginning of the
okay,
conversation, I did.
But
I
hey,
said in the
but
beginning
what's
of the
the? I
but
mean, but
conversation.
what's the mediocre? Wouldn't the mediocre be the small things that you
No,
just mentioned?
no. The mediocre is again, like I said. Say if there's an instance where, like I said, like she said, if it's a situation where now I am working in line, and I'm always tired, and I get that because now you're being a provider or whatever. What I'm saying is, if there's an issue, if you are dating somebody and you present them with whatever, you give them your A1 100% or whatever the case might be, right? To get them. So now you in the door. And this my woman, this my lady, and so now it starts to fall off, right? So now again, because like you say, and I used you the conversation we had. You said you are auditioning your life mate when you're dating, right? So now I'm giving you 100% in the audition, right? So now we out of the audition phase. You don't hire me for the job, but I can't effectively do my job. I can't even do 40% of the job. Are you gonna keep me on as your employee?
it depends on why we gonna because okay, even with, let's look at it as you want to look at it for a job. I right
But
now
I'm
I
not happy
wait,
with you though.
but wait, listen, because you asking multiple questions and making it one. So the first question is I auditioned for, so I went to the interview for the job. I okay, and I'm gonna be honest. I go to interviews all the time, and I put on there that
We've all done it. Do
I
it.
know how to do Excel, and I don't. I know the basics of Excel. Does that make me a liar that I did that? No, because you show me how to do what I need to do on Excel, I'm gonna do it. So I'm not a liar. I can go on there and say that I did this and this. I get the job. I don't know how to do all of the job. Yeah, I'm only doing 40% of the job. You show me how to do the rest, and I can do it.
Okay,
That
but
don't
you
make
just
me a
said the key
wait.
word.
That
You just
doesn't
said the
make
key
me a
word.
liar.
Because that doesn't make you a liar. Because
That
again,
doesn't make me
that
not
does
the
not
person.
make you a
Hold on,
liar.
wait, but that
Go
doesn't
ahead.
make me not the person who I said I am, because I am Misha. I am Misha that can learn how to do anything. But now I get the job. You don't. You can either keep training me. Most jobs they will train you because they need it, because they know if I lose her right now, now I got to turn around and pay somebody else. So you can train me, and after so long, yeah, if you don't do your job right, they will fire you, and that's what I'm saying.
But we
But
said the same thing.
and I'm not saying we ain't, but you keep making it seem like we don't listen to you. We never said that you can't
You're
leave.
saying that doesn't
You
make you
can. It
no,
doesn't
but
make
that
you
was
a
the whole thing.
liar,
You
though.
but that
It
does
doesn't
okay. So
make
here's
you
this is
a
my thing.
liar
This is my thing. So
necessarily,
let's
but
use what
you
you
can
just said.
still leave.
No, let me just let's use what you said. Even in your job, you told them people you could do Excel, right?
And I can,
Hold on, you
but
can.
I ain't proficient.
But hold on, pause. You said you could do Excel, but what if you lied and said you couldn't? But these people hired you, and you said you could do Excel. But I can learn. So they'll train you. But even in them training you, you still don't get it, or you still don't want to do it, right?
Okay, then they have every right to fire me
But
if
Right.
that
they're
makes
not
you a
happy.
liar, right?
It don't make me a liar necessarily.
It made you a liar because you didn't know how to do Excel, and they still training you. You still not doing it.
Okay,
If
well,
you
if
flat
I'm
out
doing,
don't know how to do it and you say you do, that's a lie. If
that's
you
a
flat
lie.
out don't know how to do it, and if they are training you, but you're again it comes back down to demeanor. If you're in training and you're sitting there like, man, yeah, okay, I got it, I get it, yeah, then that is a spirit of saying that you don't care about it. So 100%. That's why I
But that
said
still makes you a
it
liar.
no, no, you
It doesn't
okay?
make you a
In
liar.
that
Let's okay,
part, you
maybe
lied
that's the
about
word.
that.
It doesn't make
But
you a
what I'm
liar.
saying
You
is
lie. I don't lie about everything. It don't make you a
demeanor.
liar. You lied. It's a difference. A liar lies about everything. You gonna lie about your name, your phone number.
That's not
So
true.
I
A lie.
lied.
If you just sat there and lied in people's face, that made you a liar.
I lied because I'm not a liar.
But that
Okay,
made you a
okay,
I lied
liar.
okay.
about that
So
to get
so
no. It doesn't make
this
me a
and I
liar.
say
I
again,
lied to get
this
the
is the
job.
reason
I lied
why.
about that to get the job. So that don't necessarily make you a liar.
Yeah, a
If
liar
you
is not a liar just because you may tell multiple lies. If you just lied, that made you a liar in that
But
instance.
but babe, okay. So this is what I'm saying, babe. Okay, I used it earlier about football, right? So are you saying to me that basically all these couple of years I came to watch you play football, I lied to you? I ain't really want to be there. Is that
No, because
what you're
I
saying
told
to me?
because why would that make me a liar? Because didn't I tell you in the beginning that I didn't want to be there and I didn't like football?
So,
But I
so this
said
is the
that.
thing. So
I
so
didn't
then the
portray,
thing.
I didn't lie and say, "Oh, I love football and I'm gonna be
No,
excited to go watch you
I
play
know.
But
football."
what he's saying is you done came to
So
some
why
games because you
come?
didn't want to be there. Because
But
you
You
done,
didn't
let's
want
be
to be
okay, but
there,
hold up.
no,
But
we
did
gonna
I
be
tell
real
you why I
honest.
came? Did I tell
huh?
you why I came? Did I say why I came?
Why you came?
Tell me why I told
You
you why I
came to
came.
support me, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that means you made an adjustment
But you
to
still
do
lied because
something
you didn't want to
for
be
me.
there.
That's
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
didn't.
That's
I
why.
told him I didn't want to be there. So
But
that didn't make me a liar.
that's why
I
I
told
say
him the
I don't.
truth.
That's why I say the lying word, calling the person a liar would be like that's using it kind of loose because if that's the case, then I could apply it to that because even though you told me you didn't like football, you still came.
But again, in what word? Like I don't understand. I don't even understand that thought process because if I flat out told you I don't like sports, I don't like football, I didn't want to go to the games, y'all, the mosquitoes would eat me up. But I said, you know what? Because you want me there, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be in the stands. And I literally told you, I said I'm gonna be on my phone, which is
Okay,
what
but
I
wait,
did.
hold
Okay.
on, wait,
Okay.
listen,
So
stop,
a woman
stop.
say,
So
I want
wait,
this, I
there is
want
a
that, I
difference.
want
Wait,
this. So the
hold
man
on.
be that. Isn't
Listen,
he a
I just
liar? Did you just
Googled,
say that?
listen, I just Googled, is there a difference between a liar and lying? Yes, there is a difference. Lying is the effect, lying is the act of making an untrue statement with the intent to deceive, while a liar is a person who habitually tells lies. I don't habitually tell lies, but I lied that said that I know how to do Excel because I knew they were going to train me and I would get it. So I lied to get a job. Do I lie to them? But I don't lie to you, so I'm not a liar. I lied. I told a lie, but I'm not a liar.
But a liar, okay, so again, a liar, because like I said, we y'all are on, it goes back into what I'm finna say. And it goes back even to derail in the football. I did it because I loved you. Now, if I would have did it that one time and then I showed you that I didn't no longer love you and I will no longer support you, that will make me a liar. But because I kept coming only because I want to be with you, only because I loved you, then that makes the statement true.
No, it would
I
have made
don't
me.
want,
I would have understood and respected that though, babe,
but you,
because
you
I
it
know
don't,
that's
but
some.
you're still missing the point. No, forget the excuses. Forget forget all of that. Listen to the point at hand. It doesn't make me a liar because I came to the game to watch you. Because you knew when I was coming that I didn't want to be there. You knew when I was coming that I was going to be on my phone.
So
You
you not wanting to be there was just as worse as you be not being there. You got what I'm saying?
No,
You feel
I
me?
didn't. No, I didn't want to be at the football game, but I support you in
But
everything. Whether
listen,
it's a
listen. Okay, so it's the same
okay,
thing, babe. It's
we
listen.
not getting
Hear
there.
what you're saying. Hear what you're saying.
I hear what I'm saying,
If
but
if
y'all,
listen,
go
listen.
ahead,
Okay, I'm gonna use that
go ahead,
same thing.
go ahead.
Okay, at the end of
If
the day,
a woman says, "I want to go on a date, babe. We haven't been out in a while," and the man really don't want to go, but he took her because she wants to go, is he a liar?
No,
So what are
is
you
he
saying then?
lying?
because you're not listening. What I'm
So
saying,
that's basically
you're
what
not
you're saying
listening.
that a
No,
person put on in the beginning. Only
no, I'm
difference
saying.
is in the beginning and
Okay,
the time.
forget the one time. So it's like 365 days of a year. And so now we in 2 years where we probably went out one time and I'm telling you this is what I need because this is what I want out of a man and
And we
out of
hear
my
you say
relationship.
that.
And you're portraying to be this person. That's what makes you the liar. Because again, if I'm telling you and you say, okay, babe, I'm gonna do better, and you have no intentions of doing better, that's what makes the liar. That's what I'm saying. It's
And
Okay,
not
we
even
so
don't
the
if
and
he
we
does
appearance.
agreed
better,
with you
if,
on
It's
that
just one
long
appearance.
time ago. We agreed with you on
I've
that
been
long
agreeing
time
with you
ago.
on that.
No,
So
but
if
y'all
he
keep trying to
agrees,
make it. Y'all keep trying to
no.
take it somewhere
So
else. I
if
No,
don't care about
no,
everything
what
else.
I'm trying to take it is,
no.
what I'm trying to
What
take
we
it
saying is
is
that's
saying there's different levels to what you're calling to be a
a
liar.
liar.
So
Yeah, that's
you can
all
be
we
doing
saying.
something. You can be doing something
But
that
I
you
said
really don't
that
want to do. That
I'm
means you're not
explaining.
happy in
Okay,
doing
so
that.
Okay, at the end
I'm
of the day, she
explaining.
has her
Okay, so
opinion of it,
what
and
I'm
we
saying is
not
in
gonna
a
see eye to
relationship.
eye because she
No,
think
so
we don't see her. We
because
do,
no,
so it's
because
I
never. It's
again,
gonna keep
I
going over and
because y'all
over.
asked because you asking me the question and I said y'all talking about the mediocre stuff. Forget the mediocre stuff because the mediocre stuff is not what I'm
But
saying.
we
What
just
I'm saying in a long
agreed.
aspect, y'all
But we
didn't.
agreed that.
You didn't because even when I said what I said, y'all said, well,
Okay.
in some aspects, and I said that's not what I'm saying. I
Well, but
understand in
we
some
we
aspects.
done said that, but you didn't like the way we answered it, and that's
No,
okay.
no, no. Y'all
Because
didn't like
I
the way
said
y'all didn't like the way I came at what y'all was saying because I'm
no,
saying
because
y'all
I
said
I
don't.
mean,
At
how
the
we
what
end
not
of the
like
day,
what
I
you
don't
said
care.
when we agreed with you on what you
you did,
said?
but when did
Yeah,
you agree? Y'all
because
keep
we
saying, "Oh,
said if a
there's
person
certain
does it
aspects to what you're
habitually,
saying,"
we
and
Baby,
no,
can't.
it's
okay,
not
hold on. So
because we can't do
the
anything
whole
together.
topic
I
was
forget it.
about somebody perpetrating and putting on and fronting on who they are in the beginning, right? Was that is that pretty much the topic of it, right?
The basis of the story.
That's the best of the story. Okay, so if a man or a woman, we're gonna say a man because I mean clearly it's most of the time the men that do it in this world.
I
The
said women do it
men
too.
a man puts on. No, I'm saying a man puts on and for this woman, he's taking her out on dates. He's doing this, he's doing that. Okay, 2 years later, it stops, right? You just said that person is a liar because they perpetrated on
Who
they
they
lied
were,
about who
who
they
they
were,
were.
right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I said, then I used the example of football, right? So I'm gonna leave the football out of it. I'm gonna right now, I'm gonna say now, 2 years later, now 4 months, the man to stop doing it, the woman's complaining about it. If he says okay and starts back doing it, but he don't really want to do it, isn't he back putting on?
That's what makes him a liar. Because
But
again, you do. I said you do it for the
pause
little
it.
bit, and
Wait,
then the real you really comes
No,
out because
no, no,
now
no.
you're gonna go back into the not doing it. You're only gonna
No, just
you
say he
only gonna
does.
be.
Just say he doesn't stop doing it. But every time they go out,
And then I
basically,
said
he
that's
don't
change
really want to be
behavior.
there.
That's change behavior though, because I'm gonna do what I can to make my relationship a happy one. That's change behavior. I said in some aspects, people can change the behavior, but if you're gonna continue to do whatever and
Change
just
the
bypass
behavior.
what I'm
But
saying,
so, and that's why I say in most situations, like any type of situation, whether it's a debate about something, whatever, somebody can be left feeling some type of way. So now, yes, he may have changed. Yes, he may have changed back and going back to taking the woman out because that's what she asked for. Even though in reality, while he's getting dressed, while they sitting at the restaurant, he's engaging a little bit. But he, in his mind, I don't really feel like being here. I told her I don't really like going. I mean, well, I'm saying to myself, I don't really like going out on dates. I'd rather be home or I'd rather not be here. Technically, he's putting on for her, but you're calling it change behavior. Now, if he then later,
no,
if
no.
she one day,
Here's the difference. If the change behavior is because now I'm going because I know my woman and I'm gonna try to make my woman happy and I'm gonna please her because at the end of the day, if you doing it and you really don't want to do it, again, the relationship ain't gonna go nowhere because that's not really who you want to be. So just tell her that's not really something that I want to do. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be the person that go out. I don't want to take you out on dates. I don't want to buy you flowers. I don't want to open your door. Tell her that and give her the option. Is what I said in the beginning. Give her the option to decide whether go back to what I said. Whether I want to be with that 80-20.
but baby,
If
if he
if that's so,
does it, if he does it and don't really feel like doing it, but he's doing it to make her happy,
because
it
in reality, let's be real though. In reality, if anybody does something that they want to do and they continue to do something they want to do, first of all, you only gonna do it for a little bit of time, and then those same behaviors are gonna resurface and come back to the I'm not doing this, we not doing it no more, and then here go the complaints again, or it's gonna be resentment. So it doesn't go anywhere. So if you're not doing it out of the genuineness of your heart, then it's gonna show. Let's just be clear.
so why wouldn't that apply to my football example then?
What but about me showing you that?
In your heart, you didn't want to be there.
But when I went, did I not support you?
it showed though that you didn't want to be there because what? You were doing what most of the time.
on the phone.
So you really not
So
supporting. So
that's not so
supporting would
so
be on the
so for
for them
me, for
supporting. Will I
me,
Hold
stop?
on.
no,
No,
hold
but
on. For
supporting would
me,
be
Uh huh.
go, babe, go.
no,
Oh,
no,
but did I not
even
do
if you
that?
don't yell the whole game, but
Did I
listen.
not do
So,
that?
but
Did I not
listen,
do that?
but listen. For me, if I turn around and look in the stands 20 times a game, and 19 of the times your head down on the phone, whether I'm on the field or not. If you don't know if I'm on the field or not, or whatever the case is, for me, you are doing something that you're really not happy doing, don't want to do. For me, I'd rather you not do it.
Okay, but let's use me as an example. Let's be real and use me as an example. Even though I didn't want to be there, I went and got shirts with Darrell's picture and the number on the back. Anytime Darrell touched that field, I was standing up. Anytime he did anything, including when they tried to come at him, who tried to run on the field? Ebony, right? When you needed Gatorade and all that, who was there? So I
Baby,
came to support
I'm
you, whether
I'm
I
aware
not
of
wanted
that.
to
saying
be
you
there or
didn't,
not.
I'm
but we
aware
asking
of
you a
that.
question.
So,
You
but
taking
okay, so
it
prime
personal.
example, you said to
Because
me, if I play football next year, what
Don't
did you
slap my
say?
baby.
I
What
said
did
I'm
you
not
say?
going.
You said you're not going.
I said that.
Right. So my answer would be why? If you love me and you support me no matter what I do, why would you not go all of a sudden? Wouldn't that be you stopping something that you did?
So let's talk about why wouldn't I go. So my
That's what I'm
reason for not
saying.
hold on, I'm gonna tell you though, because again, like you asking me, and it goes back into my support. Because I love you that much, I said you shouldn't play football because you're hurt. Because
I get all that,
so
but
that's why I
but
wouldn't go, because I'm
like you
not
just
approving. I
okay,
don't
okay.
approve.
So if you're not there, would that stop me? Let me ask you this: the major injury that I've ever suffered, was you at the game?
No, because I didn't even know you.
What you mean? The major injury I just suffered was last year in North Carolina.
That was I thought you was talking about the one where your bone and your foot was
No,
all.
no, that was worse than this. This was worse
Oh,
than that. So what I'm saying is, babe, just because you're not there doesn't mean an injury can't happen. Just
but
because you don't
again,
approve. Hold
but
on. But do you think, so babe, so do you think? And so this is the thing right here, and this is where I think a lot of
but
women.
again, if
No,
I'm
hold
telling
on.
you,
This is where a lot of women
but
go at.
I'm
Listen,
telling you who
whether
I
you
am. So
think,
how is that making me a
whether
liar?
you approve or not, your job as my woman is to support me no matter. I don't care if I tell you I want to still knock down red lights.
Hold on, pause.
Your job is what I'm saying is you're mentally, whether you think the idea is dumb or not, the support is what I'm
Hold
looking
on.
for
But my
in
job
the
as your
encouragement.
woman, I don't have to go to your football games,
You
but
don't
I
have to
support
go.
you.
You don't have
I
to
make sure
go.
you
But
okay. When you
no,
come home, I'm gonna rub
right.
your back.
But
That's the
but that's
support.
not. But hold on. Did you not stand and say you can go? I won't be there. I ain't rubbing no backs. I ain't rubbing no feet. I ain't doing this.
But you knew
That's
I was.
not
But hold on.
support.
Wait. But you
That
knew
I
I was
don't
talking
care
crap
what
because
your reason is. That's not
okay, but
support.
I'm gonna say it again. My job is to protect you, and
But
in you
it's
not protecting
still,
you, I would be a fool to agree with some crap that's gonna get you hurt even
man.
worse. Am I right? Right?
But that's not. But it's not necessarily true. You gonna tell me Darrell don't go to work?
Who?
Are you gonna tell me Darrell don't
You
go park
are
in, don't go
you
drive that truck?
you
Yes or
are
no?
no
Yes or no?
no.
Can I fall off this lift gate and break every bone in my body?
Yep.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
okay, but you're
So,
doing it. But oh my god. Okay,
babe,
so we're
I'm
gonna agree
just
to
saying.
disagree because
No,
again, I'm gonna say
the
so.
thing boils down to support. It's
It goes
because
back into
it's
some
something
when
that
there's
you
support.
know. But baby, what it is that this. You know what people don't support? Things that they don't like.
No, it's
That's
not
what
that.
people don't.
But because
That
you can't
people
say
don't
that because
support things
again,
that
at
they
the end
don't
of the day,
like.
first of all, pause. Because you can't say people don't support because we're gonna use your football career. I hated your football career, but I supported you. We went down out of town trips. I did this, I
Baby,
did that. I used my
did I say you
Saturdays.
didn't
So,
support it at
but
all?
again, so don't say people don't support. There's levels to support. You want people to support something, especially if they don't like it, but be okay with them not liking it. But what I'm
Being
saying,
okay
it,
with not liking something, but also then telling that person, well, if you do such and such, basically, I'm dead to you in that situation. So if anything happens, don't tell me about it. Basically, is what you said.
No, so what I said was, okay, so we'll use why I said what I said. So let's put it out there. I said what I said because again, I said you're getting hurt with no purpose. And I understand that it's the thrill or whatever. But hold on,
But
pause,
that's the
pause,
purpose.
pause, pause. I saw a dude get a concussion that ended his career, right? We saw somebody break bones, backs, legs, all of that ended their career, right? When you got hurt, who was there to take you to doctor's appointments or whatever, take you to physical therapy and all that? Did them people even worry
Hey,
about the fact that no, pause. Did them people even worry about the fact that you got hurt? Did they say, hey, let me take him to a doctor's appointment? Let me make sure he's okay. Let me send him flowers. Let me cook, because I know, no, pause, because I know they tired.
no,
So
they
my
didn't.
thing is going to always be the same. You're getting hurt or risking your life because at any given moment could put you potentially paralyze you or hurt you even worse. And then who suffers in the end? Because it makes no sense. What you playing football to me right now, you did what you had to do, and I did the what 4
No,
years or whatever. So I feel like now our Saturdays, because either we gonna be at a game or we gonna be singing. So
one
where's the
hundred
time?
percent.
And we're gonna use me as an example. Do I not get mad at you? Because I say every time we turn around, we can't even do nothing personally because we either got this or we got to go to a singing. And that what I said, where's my date night? So this is what I'm saying. Now, in the midst of all of this, if you continue to not pay attention to what I'm saying about me and you not spending time together because we always got all this stuff over here, I have every right to go off on you. And I have every right to cut you out. And I have every right to keep coming at you.
You
But
ain't
if
gonna
you
cut me out.
continue, no, I'm just saying, but this is my point. I'm just saying, if you continue to bypass my feelings in all of this situation, then why are we still in a relationship? Because at this point, what matters to you is football and singing. Am I right? That's what I'm
I've been
saying.
told that.
But that's
But
what
what
I'm
I'm saying is,
but
what I'm
even
saying is,
but even in that
what,
comment, if you would have never if you would when I said that, if you would have continued to not pay attention to what I'm saying and I come at you again, then I have every right to say, you know what, I want to break up because in this relationship I feel like I don't matter. You have no right to get mad at me.
right. But
That's all
so
I said.
let's be clear though. So let's make this, let's make the motive. So your thing of me being hurt, is it more for me, or is it for me that it could block things that we do?
It's for both of us because you're hurt. So now that's your life. So the most, like I said, just say you get hurt and now you in a wheelchair permanently. That's your life,
I
correct?
agree. I
That's my
agree.
whole point. And for what? That's my point. So they can be watching this all they want to. That's why I said he
But
shouldn't play
but
it.
but the for what? But see, that's the thing. The for what? So, and it goes back to.
Babe,
That's why I say things go
the
back
for
to.
what? Well, I'm saying the for what? Because you're 38 and now
No,
let's go live.
Okay,
Again,
well,
I
you're
got
getting
it.
even
hurt for
with
them.
that, well, I'm
I
gonna tell
got
you
it.
the for what. I'm gonna tell you the for what. The for what you're worrying about, the for what as for you. Whether you want to believe it or not,
No,
the
no,
for what
no,
is.
no, 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 no.
Listen to
I'm
what
worried
I'm.
the for what
Listen
because
to no.
again,
Listen to what I'm
go
saying.
ahead, go
Listen
ahead,
to what I'm saying.
go ahead.
The for what to you because you feel like it's for nothing. That's your opinion.
But
The
I'm
for
gonna
what
say
is.
it's the for.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go
Listen to
ahead, go
what I'm
ahead,
saying,
go
Ebony.
ahead.
The for what is for you. For people that play football, for instance, my son. My son did not get paid for football in high school. He did not get paid for football in college. For me, it was for what? What are you getting hurt for out here in middle school and high school? What is the purpose? His in the end, I found out his purpose. He got hurt because yeah, that's what he loves to do. But the for what was that got him through college. Even though he wasn't getting paid, it got him through college. Now, if you go to the pros, for what? What are you getting hurt for? For us, it don't make sense. Why are you getting hurt for no? These people ain't gonna be. But for them, it's a purpose, and you're not. You're looking at it only for your purpose of how it's going to affect
You both of y'all, you didn't think about, or maybe you did. I'm not gonna say you didn't, but the purpose of what he did, he fulfilled. And a lot of times it was the dumbest stuff. Because even with my son, he had a dislocated shoulder. If I'm not mistaken, that's how you say it. A dislocated shoulder. It's his 12th grade year, but they had, for what I'm finding out now, they had goals. I guess once you do so much, that's what you have to hit, some type of goal. And correct me, Darrell, from some type of goal for recruiters to look at you. So for me, why are you hurting yourself to get 20 yards, to have a 230-yard career or whatever, however it is. But
Yeah.
for him, that was important. That was his purpose. I want to hit this goal in my football career, whether it ends my 12th grade year or if I continue. But in his mind, that was his purpose. So yeah, and to me, but nigga, I'm gonna be. Oh, I forgot we can't. Boy, I'm gonna be the one that has to take care of you. I'm gonna be the one that has to take you to the doctor. But if he stopped for me, he would have always wondered if I could hit my goal. It don't make sense to us because I'm not a football person either. I like football only when he was playing it. I don't like it when nobody else play it. I don't really care about it. I'm not a football person. But for my son, I was there. Did I want to be there half the time? No. But for my son, I was there because that was his purpose. That was his for what? His for what is to get what he needed to satisfy whatever goal or whatever, that was his personal goal. So the for what is not necessarily something we're going to understand because we don't like it, but it's for them, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Now, no, it makes sense. Okay. Now, Darrell been playing football for 16 years, right?
Longer.
16, 7, long, probably longer than 16 years. Okay. He's 38. So his college, he not playing football with going to the purpose of going to college. They're not paying for college. They're not paying him. He's playing, right? And you're playing with the for what is the satisfied that you want like to play football, right? Right? Okay, so in my eyes, I get that. So you've played all these years. So now, when you really got hurt, my for what was for what? Because did they pay your hospital bills? No. Did they pay your salary when you couldn't work on your job because you got hurt playing a sport on the side? No. Did they come see about you and check on you and see if you was okay? No. That's my for what. So it wasn't for my selfish thing, it was for him too. Because again, you're hurting yourself for what? You didn't
Okay, so hold
even
on.
the 10
Answer
people
that
got
question. Why
paid.
was you
You did you get
why
paid?
was you playing football, Darrell? What was your for what?
I
Why
mean,
Because
did
you
you
like to
go?
play.
in the beginning was to go higher, and then I had my opportunity, and I played arena and all that right there. But I mean, at the later age when I knew that next level and all that was out of the door, it was championship chasing to get my championships, and then once I did that, it was out of love and to collect more championships. But the main reason that anybody play football, even the guys that's in the NFL, is more than even than the money. But you have to love that game to play that game. I sometimes sit back and think about the purpose of football. Like, dang, we crazy as hell. But it's just a love for the game. That's all.
So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Still, you're
and
for
that's
what?
the and that's
I
the
get.
for
I
what
mean,
is the
I
love.
understand.
But I'm also at a point now, like it does. Like I sat out last year with no problem. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm itching to get on the field. Like it was good. I'm cool. Same thing with this year. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I might get in shape, go play again, and then I think about waking up on Sunday mornings hurting and everything. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
Right. So,
Babe,
but
you're
that's
looking
what I'm
like
saying.
that, but so
The
babe,
for
you're
what
looking like that,
part
but yo, listen
changed.
what I'm saying. The thing is, I've played for all these years, so my knees are gonna always pop. I'm gonna always be in pain. I don't have
But
to play another down
no,
again.
but no, let's be clear. And again, let's go into why. Like I said, there's always a reason. And the crazy part is when a woman loves you and she's not faking, there's a reason to the madness. And my reason to the madness for you wanting to play is because here it is. The real needs are so bad, he most likely got to have knee replacements. Darrell has broken his ankle, the what you said, your plantar, the tendons in his
Man,
legs
I
or his
fixed the
feet,
aisle.
whatever. He
Let's
has a
go.
bulging disc, a messed up back, a broken finger. What else hurt on you?
I keep talking
All
about
of
that
the
thing.
yeah, no, don't play on me. No, I'm
But you can
serious.
get all that just for being fat. You ain't got. I got bad
No,
knees now,
no,
and I
you
ain't playing
know,
damn
but
I'm
no, no,
football
no.
game.
stupid.
But listen,
Yeah,
he
no,
had
I get
all
and
this
Serious.
listen,
and
I
still
take
You
didn't
in
want to go
count.
play football.
No, but
But
see, babe,
that
this the
but
thing is,
that's their love for football.
yeah,
My
and
son would literally be
I
on
take
the
in count of all
sideline
that.
But
putting his own shoulder
so
back
so
in.
hold on. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and again, we're gonna disagree. This is my thing. Darrell is 38. So if he permanently gets hurt playing football, they're not finna pay his whatever you call it. They're not finna help him. He got a whole child out there who is 12 years old. So if he permanently
That's
gets
why he better have the right
disabled,
insurance on his job. You better have that right disability because
but hold on.
they
But he'll
have
get
that on
but
your
hold on.
job.
As we
Critical
saw,
illness.
pause. Let's just be clear. As we saw, we had to go through hell to get the disability because he didn't get hurt on his job. He got hurt playing football, a sport on the side.
Well, it just took them
Yeah, but
forever. I mean,
it's a
my
real
disability was gonna
disability.
kick in regardless, but it just
But
took
that's
it took a
but
little longer.
it's another insurance. That's the thing. You got
Aflac.
if you're gonna do that, you have to get out insurance. Just like hand models, they have insurance on just their hands.
Yeah.
If something
But
happened to so he would
and
his best thing was if
in the
he was gonna
overall
do it, he
aspect,
should have got insurance.
I'm
But
good on
again,
football in the
pause.
overall aspect.
No,
I was
but
just
we get what
asking the
you're saying.
question.
But you asking the question, and I told you. So again, does that make me a liar? No,
No,
because I'm telling you why I have an issue. I'm
no,
not
it
just
doesn't.
sitting there being mad, twiddling my thumbs with my hands all crossed, and you don't know what's wrong with me.
Right.
I'm
It doesn't
telling
make you
you.
a liar. It doesn't make you a liar, but it's also like show like I said, show there's more than one way to show somebody that you really don't care and not interested.
But I
And
care
what I'm
about
saying
you.
is that still hurts as well.
But
That's
I
all
get
I'm
what you
saying.
said. So again, the football I get, but I care about you. So even in your music or whatever the case might be, you know how I feel about quartet. But I support you in quartet.
Hey, but I'm not. Listen, to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't support me, and I know that, and I get that. But that's why a lot of times I even tell you, babe, no, it's cool. You don't have to come tonight or whatever the case is. I get that, and I understand that. All I'm saying is, and no matter what you do, like in the overall aspect of support or dating or whatever, like even if you don't feel like doing something, um it's not a thing that you don't show that you don't show that you don't feel like doing it. Like that's all I'm saying. And that's with anybody, that's with anything.
But then
So
that would make me the liar to be happy about something that I'm not happy about, especially when I stress that I'm not happy. And that's what I'm saying. It's all about communication. Like, but it goes back into if I told you, like I said, what would make me a liar is if I said you said, "Oh, I play football," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I'm excited and I love football and I want to watch you play football and
when
all this stuff."
the first time you was like, "Oh, we'll come to the game," yeah.
I for you.
But you showed
But hold
excitement
on.
about it.
No.
But you
I
showed
show no
excitement
pause.
about it.
No, let's be clear. What did I show excitement
Y'all can't
about?
let me
Being
think.
with you? Hold on. Be for real. What did I show football? What did I show excitement about? Watching football or being with you? No,
But so
Be for real. Being with
okay,
you or watching football?
okay.
Because I first when you first told me you play football, what did I do? I got
But
mad, right?
hold on, babe.
Did
Okay,
I
so
get
now,
mad? Hold
hold
on.
on.
No. Oh, let me use
No,
this
you
example.
did, but
No.
that's what I'm saying. But wouldn't that still be a
Let me
form
talk.
of
Let me talk.
fronting?
Let me talk. No, because I want to be with you. Let's use Jacksonville. My first football game that I watched, right? You know I didn't want to be there. It was freezing. It was below whatever, and
I
I was
told you
cold,
to.
right? But I stayed there the whole game, even though y'all
Mhm.
game started late. I froze my butt off because I wanted to be with you. And what happened? You got hurt. You went down, cut your arm, you bleeding, just literally bleeding all night long, right? Was I peed off? Because I said you got hurt and I'm sitting here nursing your wound. Was I not mad? Was I not mad?
Yeah, you was, babe. I'm
My
not.
point
I'm
is that.
not saying that.
So it
I'm
was
not
the
saying that.
support for you. I never, not one time did I say, "Oh, I'm gonna come support you playing football because I love football." I said, "No, I love you, so I'm gonna support you."
Right. And the only thing with that is, don't change that. Even if in the back of your head, if I step to you when I get to the house and be like, babe, yeah, I made a decision. I'm gonna go ahead and play next year.
But you not.
No, listen what I'm saying. But don't then say, huh, you'll be out there by yourself and don't come to me. We talking
That,
about you heard this. You heard, don't. But
but
I'm saying don't. But that's not what I need to hear. Even though you may be thinking it, but don't. I don't need you to say that because
but
it's just
then you
like
want me
if,
to be a liar and say I'm going to support you playing football, and I'm not. And I'm
hey,
not.
look what I'm
And you want to
saying.
know why?
But you
Because
have no
again,
reasons not to.
yes, I do. We have a 5-month-old baby in that other room.
But babe,
So
I'm
if
just
daddy get
saying.
hurt, daddy can't play football with 5-month-old baby. If
I
daddy in a
know that.
wheelchair, five month
Okay,
old baby want to run with daddy,
pause. You didn't
right?
want me to. You didn't want me to coach football.
But you already know. I said I didn't want you to coach football because you too friendly with women, and I said I want to
But
kill you in them.
but this is what I'm saying. So now, would you want to leave me if I decided to go coach football?
No, when I told you, I said you can go coach. I said I'm not even gonna be mad. I said because if that's gonna be your ministry, go ahead. Did I not say that?
That's all I'm saying. But see,
I
that's what
didn't
I'm.
want you to coach. See, you bringing up stuff, but I'm gonna give you my answer, but that
No,
don't make
but
me a liar. That's me telling the truth.
what I'm stating is, man, what I'm stating is, even though and now you have said, well, go coach, but still in the back of your mind, you really don't want me to be out there coaching.
And I
So,
said that
so,
don't make me a liar because I
but
told you
are
that's
you?
not in the back of my mind. That's in the front of my mouth.
But you would still come support me coaching.
No.
You're not gonna support me coaching. You're
What
just
I
gonna tell me to coach.
what did I say? Why I said I'm not? I said I'm not doing nothing else on no Saturday unless it's us going on a date or you got concert.
But see right there, that's not that's the thing right there though. That 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 shouldn't be said
Why?
because that is a that is basically saying if a Saturday is not about me, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I said no. So
That's what you're
hold on.
saying.
No, I said if we're not going out, if you don't have a Saturday to give me, every Saturday you got to either coach or you gonna go sing. I have a problem because now it's all
But
about you.
what if I gave you Fridays?
I'm gonna say it again. Now it's all about you. So what makes it a problem for me? If I say I'm gonna give you one
So
Saturday, you
if
either
you
gonna
wanted
sing
the
or you gonna coach.
Saturdays, does that not mean it's all about you on the Saturdays then?
No, I didn't say every Saturday. I said you either gonna coach or you gonna go sing. Pick one. That's what I
That's
said. Again, so it's either gonna
So
be
he
about
can't do
you
both.
every Saturday.
okay. So either you gonna
So
eat
he
ice or
can't
eat
do
He
rice
both.
cakes, one
no,
of the two, not
no.
both.
See, this the problem. He can do both, but he wants me to support both. I'm not going to no football. I support you singing. So
This
be
is the
okay
th-
with me doing that.
but see that's the thing. Support don't have no caps and limit.
Support.
Ebony, I will
I don't.
support
But I
you.
don't.
No. Pause.
Okay.
I support your craziness when it comes to certain. I called 5 Home Depots looking for a Christmas thing for you. That's not my thing, but I supported you.
What is a
Okay.
I
Halloween
run in
Christmas
Walmart
thing?
getting ice. That's I don't. That I support
But
you.
I do that too.
But
But
baby,
understand.
listen
So
what I'm saying.
honest
You
again.
now you're
So
missing the
if you
mark.
got every Saturday, what am I supposed to do on a Saturday? I'm
Listen
either
what
gonna
I'm
be with you
saying.
at a football game from morning
Listen
to evening, or
what
I'm
I'm
gonna be
saying.
at a concert.
But
So
see,
where's my
so well,
time?
that's where you're losing the art at right there because rather who decides to be at a Little League field morning to evening, that's solely on them. If
But
I
you
coach
coach.
Little League football, I'm coaching my team, and when my game is over, I'm out.
So when do you coach? I thought coaches be out there all day.
That's because they choose to be out there and they choose to coach every team. I'm coaching my team. It would be one team if I decided to
So
coach.
what if your team is the late team and you got the older team or whatever?
Baby,
So now that's a whole day.
if I got the older team, it's still Little League football. The latest game gonna start at what? 5:30, 6 o'clock.
I don't even
It's
think it
over
start
at
that late.
7.
See, what you and that's late. That's still late though on a Saturday.
Little League that late?
It's late. It's
I
late
don't
on
Yes,
even
the.
think they that late.
yes.
But I'm saying, even if I'm just getting
Oh well,
hypothetical.
down here they
It,
not that late.
hypothetically, if the last game is over at 7 o'clock, I mean,
That's the whole day.
got home
Who
and,
just said that's the whole day?
We are. But
Thank
he
you,
not out
Lily.
there the whole day.
if
Y'all
I'm
got
not
better
there the
time
whole
to do.
day, I don't care if they start at 5 a.m.
What? So what time do you have to be at the field though, as a
It
football
would
coach?
depend on my
Normally it's a
game.
little, yeah. If
You
he
just
do the
focus on
last
your
game, he
game.
got
You
to be
don't come
there at
out there
least
and
two
practice and
hours
all that
ahead of the
before.
game.
Baby, again, okay, just say the game at 2 o'clock. I get
You
there at
gotta leave.
1. I get there at
May-
1. Game at 2. I
Maybe a
get
little
there at
bit
1.
before
Let
one,
me.
cause you know
So
y'all
here's
still
my.
gotta check
So
in
this is
by
my
a certain
thing.
time,
So
and you gotta
okay.
get all
So
in.
here's the thing. When you used to play football, y'all had to be to the field at what 3 or 4?
3 hours before the game, right?
Okay.
Because I'm now playing. I got to stretch. I got pregame. I got to get tape. I got to get
Guys, but
the right
hold on.
hydration in
I'm
me.
gonna use this as an example though. Y'all had to be out there at 3 or whatever the case might be. The
Game at
game
6,
started
yes.
at 6:30. We left that field at least 10 to 11.
But that's
Depending on the
playing. It's
game,
different
but
playing and
nah, but that's
coaching.
me playing.
And plus, with the league, keep playing little
But
league. With little
the
league
kids don't
here,
stretch. They don't be out there early to
yeah.
stretch and
But what
all
I'm
that.
saying is, okay, so if
I don't
you
have to
gotta,
stress the coach.
But don't you have to? You a coach? Don't you have to make your team stretch?
you gotta
Baby,
say
an
to the coach,
hour before. It's literally an hour before. As an adult
At
football
the end
player,
of the day,
we got so much more to
but
go through.
here's my thing. This is what I'm gonna
sweet
say.
sour.
And again, and it goes back into how you feel and how I feel. You gonna feel a certain type of way, and you feel like I should do this. I feel a certain type of way, and I feel like you shouldn't do this. That doesn't make me not love you. What I'm saying is again, that don't make me not support you because I just don't want to support a football career. Who cares? Like I said,
But
that's
I
your
cares
passion.
though. But that's what
But
I'm
this is my
saying.
thing. But this is what I'm
It
saying. If I'm
And that's
out there
it.
supporting you every Saturday, then and if I want to do something on a Saturday, that means I got to be out there supporting you because if I'm not there, then I'm not showing you support.
no. See, now you're looking at the totality of it.
Because I said you getting
What
on
I'm saying
Saturdays
is,
from me.
you. This is what you just told me. You just told me I'm gonna either support. I'm gonna either support you coaching or I'm gonna support you
Okay.
singing.
I said I'm not doing every Saturday. Is that what I
No,
said?
okay, it don't have to. It doesn't have to be every Saturday. What I'm saying is, you
All
basically
right.
just said
What are you
basically
doing?
either I'll come to concerts
Say.
or I'll come to some games or whatever, or no games at all, basically.
That's what I said. I said I'm not gonna do every
Yeah.
Saturday doing
I
But
got an
something.
hour lunch. I'm gonna try to
you wouldn't
enjoy it.
have to do every Saturday. So
But that's what I just said. So why is that a problem? That was the whole point of what I said.
just because you don't do every Saturday don't mean if I got 5 home games,
I'm gonna
that
put it
does
on
not
there.
mean you may not attend 3 or 4 of the home games. That's still not every week. That's
But
still
that's what
not the
I
road
said. I
game.
said I'm not doing every Saturday. I
Thank you.
said I'm either
You have
going
a
to
good
be
day.
at a game or singing. Whatever Saturday, because I know some Saturdays if you got a concert on a Saturday, you ain't finna be on the football field coaching. You going to the concert. That's what I said. So if I already know ahead of time you got a concert one Saturday and you got 3 other games, then I'm gonna go to a concert and I'm gonna go to one game. But 2 Saturdays, I'm not going.
Baby, that's fine. That's still
But that's what
support.
I said. And you telling me that that's not right. That's exactly what I
You
said.
said you
She ain't
wasn't
gonna
going
yell
at
at him.
all.
That's not what I said. I said you play
You
football. I
did
said
say
I'm
you
not
wasn't
going to
going at
watch you
all.
on the football
First you said
field.
you wasn't going at all.
No, I said on
Thank
the
you.
football field. I said if you coaching, I said that's different. I said I don't want to go to the games. You coaching, that's different. I ain't going to
Even
watch you play.
even if I was, but don't say that. This is the thing. Don't tell me you're not going to attend 5 of my games that you're not going to attend one of my games throughout the season.
So I'm saying that because again, if I'm sitting here telling you how I feel and you're gonna disregard how I feel and what I'm saying is
Hopefully it don't
justified,
start
then
leaking on
that
the
means
bed.
that you don't
So
give a crap about how I
so
feel and you gonna do it.
okay, I like that you said that, right? So in every situation, somebody's going to disregard the other because if I say, "Well, I am going to play and I want you there," and you don't come, are you disregarding how I feel? You
Yes,
see how it goes?
that's what I just said. But I said you
So
can't
whose
get mad at that
disregard is
though.
more? Whose disregard is right and whose disregard is wrong?
Neither. I mean, we both wrong. But again, you can't just want me to
But are we
disregard what
gonna
I
feel like
feel to
are you
support
gonna
you.
feel? Are you gonna truly feel like we're both wrong, or are you gonna feel like I'm wrong because I made the decision to go play?
No, because I'm telling you, if I'm telling you that you're not doing it, and so I'm saying I'm not going to support you, that I know how you feel. So I know maybe I should support you, but again, you don't care how I feel, so I ain't gonna care how you feel,
But
and
that
that's how
doesn't
we
mean
both
that
feeling.
because what if I decide, you know what? Hey, I'm
So,
sitting this
but you
game out.
basically saying he
Me,
got to do what
me,
you tell him to do.
That's
Because
not
if
what
you
I
tell,
said.
but
That's not what I
because
said.
that's
I
what you're
so there's
said
a
saying. You
middle
just said
though.
I
But
because
there's a
said
middle.
there's a
What if
reason.
what?
There's
okay.
reasoning.
No, but what
There's
if I say,
reasoning.
you know what?
You
Hey,
just said
I ain't
you
playing
just
this
said
game.
if
Me and Babe
I'm
going
not
out of
going,
town this weekend.
you just said that. Oh, well, if you do every Saturday, that. So you basically saying it's either what you say or what he wants.
No,
You're not
no.
comfort. That's what you
No, the
just
comp. I
said.
said if he do every Saturday, I said he either gonna have a show or he's gonna play
No, but you
or
just
he's gonna
said
coach.
before. We're not going back to that. What you just said out your mouth was, "Oh, you doing every Saturday, then I ain't." So, and he said, so that means if I want you there, he doing every Saturday. I'm not going every Saturday. So you don't care about him, cause he that's what he loves. Just because you don't love it, that's what he loves, and he wants you. But so basically, it's either what you say go. Cause if you say he better not do every Saturday, and he do every Saturday, you basically just said that he don't care about your feelings.
No,
But you
what
not
I
caring
said
about that
was,
he loves to play football,
and I
and he
said
wants
on
to
a
do that.
Saturday, I said if I want to do something on a Saturday and his Saturdays are already booked up, I said now where is it for me? Is what I said. If you busy every Saturday, and I said okay, I might want to go out of town this Saturday, but you got to coach, or because you not coaching this week because now you got
Okay, but
a
football
thing.
can
No,
you
but
compromise
just
and
like
say,
I can
wait,
put
can you
football down to go
compromise and
sing.
be like, but why
Yeah.
he can't
But
do
that's
football?
what
Because
I said. You
football,
either gonna put football down to go sing.
but
It's either
why
No,
you
he
gonna do
gotta
sing or
play?
you
and I
playing
Wait,
can do.
wait,
football.
wait, listen,
Babe, I want to go
wait,
out of
stop.
town.
Why
All
does
right,
it
babe,
stop,
I ain't
stop?
playing this
Listen.
week.
No, but why does he have to pick football or when he can technically do both? Because football only for a season. So you telling me that you
But
gonna
that
come?
no.
No, 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 no. Wait.
Okay,
You
go
gonna
ahead.
compromise for a couple of months? That for this man that you love, you gonna compromise your Saturdays for a couple of months so he can coach football, something that he loves, and he can sing something that he loves. You love to go on vacation, so them months that he's not coaching, y'all can go on vacations. He better make sure you go on vacation all that month. But you just said you wouldn't do that
What I said was, and I'm saying it again because you still proving my point. If I got to compromise, so where's the compromise for me? If
because
I'm
he's gonna
telling,
take the months that he's off. Then y'all
is
are
that
gonna go
really
on
going to happen?
vacation.
But is that really going to happen?
But now
I
that's
don't know,
that, but
but
now
you
that
not
means you don't have confidence in your man that it's
correct
gonna
because who
happen.
said we not talking? You making it personal. I'm not talking personal. I'm talking
It is
general.
personal because personally to him, he going to play
But what I'm
football,
So, but
saying,
and then
now,
okay,
after
but
the
listen,
but
football,
I'm
so
not
so
now
babe,
you
saying
so
tune in.
personally like that.
hold on.
But
So
what
so
I'm
this is the
saying is,
thing,
we can't say what he gonna do or not. But you're
right?
not even
So
making a
because now basically
compromise.
with you making that statement, you basically in so many words just saying, well, hell, that ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna take me nowhere. That's pretty much what you just said.
What I'm saying is,
That's what
it's
you just
always.
said.
What I'm saying is always something. When with you,
But
it's
that's
always
what you
something.
just said.
But what I'm saying is, if this is my compromise, this is what I'm saying. Why do I have to compromise when I'm the only one compromising? If I'm telling you, then make a choice. If you're gonna play, and then like I said, there's four Saturdays out the month. So if I give you two, then the other two, this shouldn't be a problem because I don't want to be either at a concert or at a funeral or
But
at a
y'all
dang
saying
old
I
two
did,
game.
different
but I
things.
didn't say.
That's what I'm saying.
But did I not
But he
just say
said
that,
you didn't
babe?
have to come. But you back on something else. Okay, stop for a second. So what I'm saying is, the compromise would be if Darrell wants to coach and to sing, because those are his two passions. Your passion is going on trips. The compromise would be
But
for
it
me
ain't
as a
just
woman.
trips though.
For me as a woman, my compromise would be okay, babe. When football's over, we need to go on every 2 Saturdays out the month, however many we decide. We're going on vacations. When football season is over, and you just have singing, because now football and singing is going to take up. Because football is from like what to October, November, from like what August, September, August to November. Those are going to be the only months that he's coaching. Because past football only lasts for a couple of, even football
No, it's
period
not
only lasts
pal
for a
because
couple of
they
months.
have some in December too, don't they? They December and they don't go into January the little thing or
No, that
whatever.
be all the extra stuff that them people be doing and stuff. That's what I'm saying.
But don't
There
they
But you
do
said
that
nobody.
if you
6 months
make it?
out the year. The
But I'm not
first,
under contract to go coach anybody. So if I want to coach my regular season and my playoffs, then that's what I'm coaching. I don't care if they decide to enter a tournament after that. If I don't want to go because okay, nah, boom, we're gonna be doing X, Y, and Z or whatever, then that's solely on me. I'm not just gonna make
So
that
what I'm
decision
saying for
and
six,
not come to you. But
this is what I'm saying
I'm
for
stuck on
6
the fact
months.
of you
So
just
this is what
saying, well, is
I'm
that
gonna
really
say
gonna
this.
happen?
No, so this is what I'm gonna say. So for 6 months, if I compromise for 6 months and I say I give you every Saturday, so for the next 6 months, then that means if I say don't take a show and don't take no funeral for the next 6 months, so I give you 6 months, so the next 6 months mine. Is that fair to say? Is that gonna happen?
That's compromise. That is fair to say that is compromising. and everything. But are you saying it because you felt like you did it, or are you saying it because you truly want to go do something, or whatever the case is?
What has been my argument the whole time? And
Babe, I'm
it's
just
real
saying
life.
overall. I'm just saying overall. Like technically speaking, babe, if we're gonna be real about it, honest about it, if I tell you, babe, somebody call me about the funeral next week, we can have absolutely nothing to do. It kind of makes you feel some type of way because you feel like I'm doing something.
No, the funeral getting I get mad about the funeral is when I say, hey, I want to do something, but you go pick up a funeral, and now I'm stuck home all day, and you don't get here till
So
like 6, 7.
so now you're saying that
But
we have something
y'all can go out
already
to eat
planned
after
to
that.
go
You can't
do,
compromise
and then
because
I
you can go
go
No,
out
and
to eat
accept
after
the
we
that.
come
funeral.
home, he goes sleep.
Oh well, yeah, that's something different. The compromise is a conversation. Basically, okay, babe, I wanted to do. We
You
Saturday
now
we gonna
now
do
now
something,
now you kind of
and
putting a
you
lot
pick
on
up.
it
Wait a
now.
minute,
You talking
Darrell,
about
and you
six,
pick up,
seven, and all
and
that
you
right
pick
there.
up.
What
Hey,
doggone
when you
funeral I
Yeah,
come
get
to
home from
funeral,
at 6 or 7
hold on.
o'clock?
When I said when you come here, that's what I said. When you come here,
So it sounds like basically if it's anything that takes away from what you may want to do, that's the problem. It's not really the fact of me getting hurt playing football. It's not really the fact of why I shouldn't coach football. It's not the fact that I'm going to serve somebody's family, because that's just like when families come to Mount Moriah to have a funeral. Am I not going there to do funerals? That I don't know people, that I don't know these people, but we're there. So it's the same thing. If somebody calls on the church and somebody calls on me to do a service, like, of course, nah. If we already we done booked and made plans, we got a hotel or we got a whatever resort, and we already got plans to be gone. Oh, hey, babe, we got to wait and leave tomorrow, the next day, because somebody just called me about a funeral yesterday. No, that's common sense. I'm not doing that. I done turned down plenty of things because I couldn't do it because we had things going on. So don't make it seem like that.
but
Oh,
are we? But on the real,
I
babe,
basically
how
put
many times
my
have we had
entire
plans?
singing or
How
whatever
many times
before
have
you,
we had plans and somebody called you for a funeral and you went and you be like, well, I got a call
baby.
for a funeral, so I'll go do that.
Baby, okay. So what kind of plans were they? They were major plans.
It don't matter. They're plans because the plans don't even happen often. And so if we got plans, again, yes, I'm supposed to feel some type of way because half the time you don't even know these people either.
But it
So
does.
wait,
But
if
it's not
y'all got
about
plans
that.
for
It's
the
a
night, does
ministry.
it matter if he take it?
It
Matter if
doesn't
they
matter if
take
I
a
don't know
funeral on the
them.
day?
What?
If he got plans at night, if y'all so say that y'all had plans to go out to eat at 7 o'clock at night, and he took a funeral in the middle of the day, that's bad.
But no, it's bad. It's like I said, if the plans are canceled, the plans never pick back
Oh, but
up.
that's not what you just said.
That's what I'm saying. He knows exactly
No.
what I'm saying.
Oh, but see, I don't know what you're saying. I don't see.
I don't
That's what
know.
I'm saying.
Well,
Y'all
you
making
don't
this
know
about
that.
y'all personal
Now it sounds
relationship,
like you
and I'm
basically
talking
saying
in
like
general.
that.
Because
I
no, because we're
decide to
not talking in
put.
general. Because y'all keep saying if he does this, Ebony, you
I'm
will feel
talking,
this
but
type of
what
way.
I'm saying
If
is
you
I'm
No,
using him as
because
an example for
now
general.
now it's
Just so
now it
I get,
sounded like
I'm not
I
using
didn't
him because I
cancel out
don't know
on you
y'all
to
personal
go sing at the
business like
funeral.
that.
what I'm saying is again, every so the base of the story is the thing is coming at me is that you need to make the compromise because he wants to sing. That's his passion. You need to make the compromise because he wants to play. That's his passion. You
I
need
didn't
to
say
make the
you
compromise.
need
Hold
to.
on, hold on. You need to make the compromise because he plays for funerals. That's his ministry. Okay, where's the compromise when it comes to Ebony? So I'm
The
compromising
compromise
all of
is when
this.
he's not
Where's the
doing
middle
Let
for
me
that.
tell you
Ebony?
something.
The
Last year I
compromise is a
compromised very well. Did I
conversation.
not? Did I compromise
See, then
last
y'all
year?
make it okay. I'm finna get off of this because y'all making this about y'all personal relationship.
No,
And
I'm
when I'm
I'm
using him, no,
I'm
but wait,
asking.
I'm just gonna say this. When I'm using him, I'm not using him as in y'all personal relationship. I'm using him in y'all as general. I'm not saying you have to. You don't have to do. Neither one of y'all have to do nothing. Let's be clear. Neither one of y'all have to compromise. Y'all both can leave each other the heck alone. If we really gonna be, if it's that big of a deal, y'all need to leave each other alone. Because in a relationship, it's about compromise together. It's a conversation. If I'm gonna go play this and I don't like you, I don't want you to do this. Well then, babe, how are we gonna fix this? Well, I get my time. That's the conversation, and y'all come up with an agreement. Period. Point blank. And if y'all can't come up with an agreement, y'all don't need to be together because you making him decide lie. You making him choose between what he loves to be with you. And that's not fair. Because he's not making you decide what you love because how you love your family. He could be like, Ebony, I'm sick of you and all your family. Every time I turn around, you helping your family, you helping your friends, you doing this and this and that. So y'all basically are putting demands on each other to make each other choose, do I want to be with you or do I want to do my passion? And that's not fair to either one of y'all. So
But you gotta
y'all have to come
understand
up
this
with a
too.
compromise to where
So
both of
let's
y'all
just
are
be.
happy in the relationship. And if y'all not happy with the compromise, y'all can't come to a compromise, then y'all need to end the relationship because y'all gonna constantly be unhappy.
So so I'm gonna say this: the compromise was,
I'm fine.
and we'll make it about this. The compromise was, I'll support you in football, and I went and I supported for what 4 or 5 years, 4 years. I went and I supported. Okay, so after that, when you're done, then now it's about us. That was supposed to be the compromise.
Y'all both agreed on that, or is that
And let me
something you
ask,
just because that sounds
did
like a
that
demand?
compromise? Did that compromise happen though? Did I play football last year?
No, but again, you now you're saying, oh, you making it about you want to go play football. Then you
No,
got to ask
no,
too,
no,
because
no, no.
I said no.
No, I just asked an example. So, at the end of the day, the decision does have to be made by me, whether I even whether I want to play or not. That's the first decision. Then the second decision comes in account of coming to talk to you about it. All I said was, if I did approach you with that, if keyword here, if I was to approach you with that, don't come out of your mouth and tell me with an attitude what you're not going to do, because in that situation, that's just like, babe, I would say this. If you say, all right, babe, I'm getting the Leave It at the Altar conference together next year. If I say, oh, you have to Leave It at the Altar, I'm telling you what, don't put no men over here and men and women over here, because I ain't going to play no 3 nights for no men. That's not right. That's not what happened. That's not what should
Yep.
happen. Even if I thought in my head, babe, I hope you don't do 3 nights because I don't feel like doing those 3 nights in a row. It doesn't matter if I don't. I'm going to support that, and I'm not going to come out my mouth and say that to you about what not to do. So what I'm saying is, I mean, you should clearly know where I stand at with football, how I feel. I love the game most definitely, but I mean, mentally, am I? No, of course. But overall, what I'm saying is, if I walked to you and said, babe, I think I want to run another year, a few games of the year, whatever the case is, in playoffs, don't then tell me, oh, well, you can go, but don't. I don't want to hear about you hurting. I don't want to hear about this. I don't hear about that. That's not what you should say. That's not cool. That's all I'm saying. That's not cool, because now that's not only are you not physically supporting me, you're not even mentally supporting me. You're not even that, because I mean, because then now my next question gonna be, well, if I did go out there and get hurt and I broke my leg, what you gonna tell me on the phone? Oh well, deal with the hospital yourself. I ain't coming there. That's what I'm saying. That's the demeanor that you're pushing off with it. But what I'm saying is, don't push off a demeanor to something that doesn't mean anything to you, babe. I
So
say it all the time.
in
No,
the
no,
middle
I
of
say it
all
all
of
the
that,
time. If I didn't even watch it, listen. If I mentioned something about football, I'd be talking to somebody else. You hate it with a passion, but I'm saying you
is
hate
it
it.
because me and you could be in a conversation, and this, for instance, we'll use the thing at the cruise terminal.
We
I'm
was
talking
in
to
a
you,
conversation.
huh?
We was in a
This,
conversation, or we were
yes, me
getting
and
checked
you
in.
were no. Me and you were checking in, and I was talking to you, and the dude asked you something about football, and I'm trying to get your paperwork. You over there, the lady started telling you, give me the stuff, and I'm like, babe, like, can you focus? Cause we gotta move
B-
out the line. And y'all talking about football, and me and the girl both looked at each other, and I said, "Is this your
Right,
life too?"
but let's be clear. The point is the topic. What if that man? Okay, if he was talking to me about the cruise, hey, bro, is this your first time on the cruise? You or her wouldn't have had no
No,
dirty look
I
or
would have
nothing to
said,
say.
I would still no, I still would have said, "Focus. This lady needs your paperwork because they're trying to push us out the line." That's all I
Oh,
said. But it
what
happens
we
all the
got?
time. Me and you could be on a date, and you can say so, somebody say something. Now you done forgot I'm here. You sitting here having long
But I didn't
conversations with
forget
people.
that you're there, babe. That's me as a people person. People talking to me. What the hell? Like, hey, bro, you ever play football, bro? Hey, man, don't talk to me right now. I'm on a date with my lady.
I'm not saying that. Say yes, have a
Oh,
conversation, and then okay, does it have to be? Okay, so we're gonna agree to disagree.
So the whole thing
Anyway,
is
so
at the end of the
it's
day, this is stuff. This remember when we had that podcast about what you talking about first dates? Here you go, right here. I'm gonna look over my glasses. You need to talk about
this
what's
has
important,
no. We
what's
done. We done with this
important.
conversation. We done.
Mhm.
Again,
Talk
thank
about
y'all
what's
for watching.
important
Conversations
and what's
Unlocked and
not important.
Unfiltered. We done. We're done. Thank y'all for
Why? Because you
having
want to be done.
watching
Because now that I'm saying something, now you want to be done. Because I'm telling you, see, and that made me feel some type of way. And I'm not gonna lie. Because now you mad with him, so now you're not gonna let me sit finish what I'm saying. Because
no.
y'all took it personal. Yeah, but listen, because you just said, oh no, now we're done. But I'm sitting up telling you, saying, not just to you, to period, people that are still on this live, this kind of stuff right here, this is conversations that you need to have when you first dating somebody. What is your focus? What is your main thing that you love to do? What is gonna be something that I may have to comprehend? Is this something? Because if you knew that was his passion and how much time it was going to take, that would have been something that would have made you think, well, I like to go on trips. I want most of his time. This gonna take up his time, and I know this is passion. So maybe we not this. So if now, let's be honest, I can look at it as hell. You a liar. Because he told you that if he told you that in the beginning and you still went with him and now you talking about, oh, well, now you, if you gonna do it this way, if you gonna do it that way, then I'm not doing that. Now you just lied to him because now you making it seem like you was gonna do it. So these is conversations that we have to have as people in the very beginning of a relationship. What's important to you? What's gonna take up your time? Because this is the type of time I want to have. So these are conversations that we need to have in the very beginning.
But
So
it goes back into what I was saying. If these conversations aren't had and the questions aren't asked and the things are portrayed to be something different, then again it goes back into what I said in the beginning. This
okay,
is
but then
why
you say
people
you
get
was gonna
upset.
go to support him.
I
You
said
said that
I
in the
was
beginning.
no. The thing was so without
When
so
you and
either we
Darrell,
gonna
no
unlock
wait,
the
when you
whole
and Darrell got
conversation,
together, when you and
we
Darrell
gonna
got
unlock the
together,
whole. Are we gonna unlock? So what I'm trying
I'm
not to do
asking,
is
when
unlock
y'all
the
first got
conversation.
together, did you say
No,
I'm gonna support you? You
no,
said you weren't
not
gonna
no.
support him.
The thing was he gonna play it for a couple of years and that was it.
That was your first conversation. That's how y'all
Yep,
said it.
that was a
Okay, well
conversation.
now if he reneged on that, then that's on him. That ain't on
So
you.
so
And if
the
let
now
let
you
thing is
let
what
let
I
let
said
and
let,
now
again.
talk, let well.
I said
So when it comes down to a renege, did I make a decision to go play football without talking to you about it?
you still talked to me about it and I still felt the way I felt and you still mad about it. Because after the one time you wasn't supposed to play, you turned around and went and played again. And I still supported you even after I was mad because you wasn't supposed to go back and play.
well, you got every
So
right to be mad, but I'm saying if that was a conversation y'all had in the beginning, and now you like, oh, he told you what he loved, and now I'm not saying that you, I'm saying in general. And that's a conversation somebody would have had in the beginning, and now after these couple of years, I didn't like. He told you he was football lover, you didn't like it, but you was willing to do it for a couple. Now after the years go by, he still want to play, and now you switching up. Then yeah, that's
but
dead
again,
wrong.
I'm gonna say it again. Was that the switch up or was that a conversation? And I'm just gonna play for a couple of years and then after you're
Well, if
done,
you put a
after your
time
championship,
frame
then
on
we
it,
we
if
we
you
move
put a
on.
time frame on it, then that's wrong.
No, I if I wasn't the one that put the time frame on it.
That's what I'm saying. Whoever, if a time frame was put, then that's what I need to know. If I got with you and you said,
So
okay, well for the next 2 years I'm gonna be playing football, and I be like, well I don't like it, but I'll deal with it for 2 years because
we'll
now in my mind I
we'll
only got to deal
continue
with
the
this for 2 years.
discussion
Now if you go
off.
longer than two
We'll
years,
continue the
then
discussion
that's
off the
something different.
podcast. The three of us,
That's why
because
I was
I
trying to get out the
that
podcast. That's why I said, do we unlock everything or we just? That's why I was trying to just let it go.
I
Because
mean, it can
again,
be.
like it's more
I
to the
mean,
story.
it ain't nothing that's long. I mean, because if that's the case, I've been lying to myself for years. Because hell, I retired 10 years ago. If we're gonna be technical, I'm just saying. So I've been lying to myself. So it wasn't a lie. It just happened to go a little longer than I expected. But yeah, we can talk about it off the thing. Go ahead,
Pray
dude.
us out,
Outro.
sister.
All right,
Oh, what you
somebody
gotta
else got to
say
do
your
it.
little thing if what happened? What happened?
Somebody, y'all in the podcast.
Well, yeah,
Appreciate
this
y'all
is your
tuning in.
podcast. You can't get in your
Appreciate y'all
feelings on
tuning in
your
today.
podcast.
And everybody, y'all tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the next episode. And always remember, in this life, that the best is yet to come. We out of here.
See?
In the podcast.